Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. And, well, the streak stops at 2. We wasn't able to get it. But that's okay. No problems here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna rock with it anyway, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna talk about these New York Knicks. Streak stops at 2. Subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell. Hit me with a thumbs up. Share it out across your social media. Let's go. Yes, family. We got Isaiah in the chat. I know I'm a little bit late tonight. It's 11:06. We're getting started, but I had to get started a little bit late. My bad to you. But that's okay. We're going to rock anyway. You know what? The Knicks just look like young boys tonight when it came to finishing down the stretch, and that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's going to happen. Listen, we came into the game. We were playing well. Got up to a 14-point lead. I thought, uh-oh, what's going on here? We're looking at something nice. We about to get a 3rd victory in a row. But it wasn't to be. And that's all right. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at that. We played well. We played okay. We couldn't finish down the stretch. But that's what's going to happen with a young team, man. You got to learn how to finish down the stretch. You don't just finish down the stretch. You got to learn how to finish down the stretch. So it's good. It's good. That's how it goes sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes sometimes. And I see people, look, I see who's Mark already. And I'm still debating whether or not I made the right decision giving who's Mark a wrench. So far, it's been cool. So I'm trusting you, Mark. Word bond. I'm trusting. But you know what? I mean, listen, we can gripe about whatever we're going to gripe about. Maybe Dennis Smith Jr. took a couple of bad shots down the stretch, whatever it is. But he's 21. He's 21. He has to learn how to do it. It doesn't just happen. Maybe for some people it does. For everybody it doesn't. You got to see what happens with it. Don't go crazy on him yet, Mark. I know you're going to have some things to say tonight. It's cool. I'm with it. I feel you. We'll let you go ahead and, get your piece in, spread your piece. We're going to talk about it, though. All right? We're going to talk about it. Anyway, it was a decent game. We just couldn't finish it out in the end. You know what I mean? Gotta know how to finish in this league. You gotta know how to finish. Know how to finish in the league. Let's get to the chat, man. See who's in the chat. There we go. We got Isaiah in the chat. Somebody else jumping into the chat. Who else we got jumping in the chat? John G. Not sure who John G is. We'll see who he is, I guess. John G. Looks like we got a new brother in the chat. I love it when new people join the chat. I really do, man. Love it when new people join the chat. The streak stops at 2. Stops at 2. Let's talk, man. Let's see what's going on. Isaiah, what's popping, bro?
Oh, not much, Sim. Just getting home. I was watching the game with my girl.
Uh-huh.
I was a little disappointed. Everybody's like happy that we tanked, happy that we lost, but it's kind of mad we gave up a 14-point lead. I was disappointed in that, but like you said, it was growing pains and learning about closing games out. So it is what it is,
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, man. That's what it is. It's about learning how to close games out. It doesn't come easy. It doesn't come, especially when you look who you got on the floor down the stretch of the game. Who was on the floor?
A bunch of 20-year-olds.
Yeah, a bunch of kids, man. Bunch of kids on the floor down the stretch of the game.
Oh.
You're gonna have those kind of. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
No, of course.
There's no way it's not gonna happen. They're kids. You know what I'm saying? They're kids. They should be playing. Half the guys that's on the floor should be playing. Should be getting ready to play in March Madness. Really.
It should be done now.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how it is. It's all good, though. It's all good. Go ahead, man. Finish.
I was gonna say, I just want a couple people to understand that, if next year we become competitive, I don't want to hear nothing about why these kids don't know how to win. When it comes to I'm not saying we have a loser mentality, but a lot of losing. People act like you could just get rid of that. In a season, if you look at example of Phoenix, they tanking in there. They have a losing culture. So I just want people to understand, if we get into a situation where we're competitive and we still got some of these young guys on the team, don't complain about, if we don't know how to execute certain things because you guys just want to lose. I just want people to remember that,
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. And, I'm not upset with a loss. Definitely not upset with a loss. It is a loss to Cleveland. Cleveland, there's some bums, but obviously it helps us in the, tank standings and all that craziness. But look, we shot 48.4% from the field tonight. That's still better than we've been doing all season long. We shot 34.4% from three. That's about average. Right, maybe a little less than average, whatever it is. Defensively, we gave up 125 points. We had been coming into the game. We were since in the month of February, we were 10th in the league in defensive rating coming into this game for the month of February. We gave up 125 points tonight. We let the Cleveland Cavaliers shoot 51.2% from the field. There is probably, what causes a loss on a night like tonight. Not having that same defensive intensity that we've been. We started the game that way. Right? We started the game that way. We did not finish the game that way. It's gonna take time for it to happen, man. Word up, it's gonna take time for it to happen. Let me get to John G. And then we got Guermo in the chat. John G, what's going on, man? How you doing? First time in the chat?
Yes, sir. What's going on, Sam?
Glad to have you. Shout out to the chat.
Shout out to you, man. Definitely. I've been watching you for a minute now. I'm over here deployed to Iraq. Just figured I'd give you a call in. Talk about these Knicks.
Yeah, well, salute to you, my brother. Salute to you for protecting the country.
No, sir. Salute to you and salute to the chat. Y'all get me by. Keep me updated with my Knicks. Okay. Man, I just enough respect to you.
Thank you. Well, I think we owe it all to you, but I get it. I definitely get it. Need something to help get you through, get you by, and I'm glad that I could be of assistance. And I'm sure everybody in the chat is glad that we can be of assistance. But keep doing what you do, man. We definitely respect you for it. So did you get a chance? The game tonight. Basically. We led the whole game. We had a 14-point lead, and then we gave it away at the end. Young guy stuff, basically. When it comes down to young guy stuff, kids.
Yeah,
stuff.
You got to remember this. Everybody on the team is pretty much babies in the NBA. You know what I mean? Freaking, you got young guys in Knox and Mitchell and Trier. The vets on the team is Moutier, and he's only been in the league a couple of years. Right. So the losing is going to happen. You got to lose to get good.
That's it.
So,
right.
So the tank is strong. You know what I mean? I just want competitive losses. That's all. If they could compete and just show me something for next year, I'll be all right. Mm-hmm. Because guess what? At the end of the day, everybody's on the Zion thing. Zion would be great in New York, but I think you need a compliment as far as Cam Reddish, R.J. Barrett, maybe even that Kaya guy from Texas Tech everybody's talking about. I needed two. If you put Zion on the floor, I think he's just going to come in on the second team. We need somebody to help out Kevin Durant, Kyrie if they decide to come, Kevin Knox develop. Only thing is, I think Zion need to develop a jump shot, a consistent jump shot. But I don't see it happening. But I hope he does the best. I hope we get him because he's a straight highlight film, and it's just ESPN all day long. But as far as everything else goes, I'm looking for Kaya. I need a two that could defend. Offense is good, but defense wins game.
Yep, I feel you there. That's definite. That's exactly what it is, my man. I mean, listen, but for the last few games, for most of this month, we've been playing decent defense. I have to say that we were, coming into this game, we were ranked 10th in the league in defense for the month of February. That's not the entire season. That's for the month of February, right? So we've been doing some things to try to turn our defense around. Tonight, we gave up 51% of our, we let the Cavs shoot 51%, score 125 points. I guess, you have some nights like tonight. I'm interested to see, win or lose, I'm interested to see how we respond defensively in the next game. That's what I want to see. How do we respond defensively in the next game? You know what I mean? That's gonna be key. That's key to the kids' development. That's key to us, becoming, obviously not this season, but, developing to become a good team, being able to play defense. So, that's what Fizz said he was trying to focus on for the year. He wanted to develop an identity where we play defense. Obviously, it didn't happen throughout the year. And, we became one of the worst defensive teams in the league. He said in the second half that there'd be more winning. That hasn't happened. I mean, well, we won two straight, but that obviously hasn't happened. But he said there's going to be a little bit more structure. I think I've seen it.
Hardaway,
what'd you say?
Can you? Nah, I'm just thinking, like, if you Tim Hardaway, because Isaiah was talking about Tim Hardaway. Like, if you Tim Hardaway, how can you get drafted, get traded, sign, and traded again? Like, I think he just need to stay off the Knicks and just don't worry about the money.
But, who? Tim Hardaway?
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah. Nah. I thought Timmy was gonna do something on his contract, so I was kind of excited about it. I didn't like the contract itself, but I liked signing Tim just for the athleticism he had, and I'm like, yo, he's a shot maker. Mm-hmm. But then he'll get in the game and he'll just go nut.
Yeah.
And just shoot you out of the game. He'll make 5 shots and think he can make the next 20.
Right. And then defensively, you already know what it
liability.
Is. Defensively, he was a liability. Listen, Tim Hardaway had the ability to play defense. He could be a defender if I don't even know if it was due to effort with Tim Hardaway. I think most of it was due to just defensive acumen, basketball IQ when it came to defense with Tim Hardaway. Most of it, I think. Let me get around. I'm going to come back to you, John G. Let me get around and say with the worm. But as I was saying, the Knicks, for the month of February, they were 10th in the league in defense. It looked like maybe they were trying to turn some things around. Maybe this is just a blip on the radar, and we continue in the next game. We continue to turn it around. Let's see. Anyway, Guermo, coming to you, man. Coming to you, Guermo. What's
good, Sim?
What's up with you, man?
How you doing, man? It's weird, man.
Good.
I was out the game, right, and it seemed like. Including my stupid coworker, it seemed like everybody was starting to slowly go for the tank. I mean, look at the starting lineup. We had Vonleh and Lance Thomas instead of Mitchell Robinson and whatever to set the tone. So it was weird, Sim. Like, you saw good individual performance, especially on offense. I thought DSJ did well. That kid Ellison, he hit some big shots.
Yeah.
Dotson. What's this guy's name? Trier. He was getting to the basket, even though he has his problem. But it was just weird. It's like it's hard to judge this game because just the lineup and it just seemed obvious that Fizdale really wanted to tank, right? You don't want to lose to a team that. You don't want to beat the team that you should be losing to for the tank. So it's kind of hard for me to sit here and kind of criticize it because it was so blatantly obvious. Like when they made that comeback, especially when DSJ had that the turnover. I think they were up by 1 when he had that turnover. It was like everybody just started rooting like for the Cavs, like for them to win. So it is what it is, man. We might as well just start talking about the tank, man. Because they got into stupid foul trouble. My biggest gripe really individually on one person, it would be because even Lance Thomas had a good game. I don't know, because this game we actually need the wins. The person that gets me mad is Knox, man. Like, I know he's young. I get it. But something has to, like, turn on. I don't know what it is, if it's coaching or encouragement, negative or positive reinforcement. Something has to turn on. He plays at this kind of, I want to say slow, because it's not necessarily a slow thing. He's just not mentally aware. Sim, too many times at night, he's driving to the basket with 2 guys already in the hole. So it's like they're not going to call a foul because you're going up against 2 towers, and he's looking for a foul. Like, that's just not a smart play. So I don't know. I really can't get too mad at the team because it's a tank, but I just have to get mad at Knox. It's just, Lord Jesus Christ, man. He was non-existent for most of the game, Sim, but we'll get to him.
That's true. That's true. I mean, but you don't think that, it's just due to him being a young kid?
Right. So, look, he's 19 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, Sim, there's like, all right, how can I put it? Certain guys that you look at and they have a feel for what they want to do. Like, even when I look at a guy like Colin Sexton, right? He's reckless sometimes going to the basket, but every time, even if you watch tonight, right? Every time he tried to drive to the basket, it was like the defense was lagging, and he was basically gonna have a guy one-on-one while everybody was like kind of coming back on, transitioning too slowly, and he was pushing the tempo. Even if he missed a shot, even missed a layup. When I watch him, it's like it sucks. I don't want to harp on too much. He's young. I understand, coaching, whatever. He had 1 year at Kentucky, but I don't know where. I'm just waiting to see where that growth is going to come from. Is it going to come from Fizdale? Maybe his dad gets in his ear. Maybe he just grows up, I guess. But it's like certain things you just can't teach. And I think core awareness, game awareness at times, is very hard to teach. Like if this guy, Sim, if it was one thing if this guy was just going and chucking shots, it's like, yo, this is how I played, coming up, and I scored 50, in high school. I was averaging whatever in school. That's one thing. But it's like he doesn't take what the defense is giving him that makes any sense. And I think those things you kind of learn young at times. Yes, you might go nut and just do a Trier and start chucking and do stupid stuff, but you look at him and it's like, I just wonder if he gets the tempo of the game. For instance, this is my last one before you go on. Remember when we had the 4 and 5 where the guy got the nose broken? Zizek, whatever is the guy's name.
Mm-hmm.
Watch when your boy Knox took the 3, right? Because we shot the shot, whatever, it bounced around. The guy was still down. Knox takes the emergency 3 with 2 guys open to his left who could have taken the ball, shot it, or could have taken the ball and drove to the basket. There was a 4 and 5, so they were at a disadvantage. Knox had a guy near him, and the shot just wasn't a good shot. It was like, why did you shoot that shot? Like, where was the panic coming from? You know what I mean? So I understand, look, he's young. I'm not harping too much. I mean, I'm just nitpicking because really we're tanking. But it's just stuff like that. I want to keep an eye on because I just want to see his development. If he gets an awareness kind of for the game and not just rely on when he's hot. Because listen, when he's hot, he looks unstoppable at times. When you're not hot, when you only have 2 points in the 4th quarter, how do you adjust? That's what I want to see. And I've seen the past few games he's been getting hot late, getting some points late, even with a slow start. But, I don't know. It's just something to nitpick on. I'm not trying to give him too much.
Yeah,
man,
and I mean, I just think a lot of that is going to be him, just growing up, having to grow up. Because sometimes, based on the situation, being a young guy, you might feel that pressure, and which makes you rush. And
True.
And, the more pressure that you have, the less. What's the saying? I'm trying to think of the saying. I can't think of the saying right now.
The less pressure you have.
No, I can't think of the saying, but basically it's like this. The more things are going on, the more things that are going through your head, the less rational you're gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And if you're feeling some pressure,
Right.
you're feeling like things are happening, you're not gonna be as rational, and you're gonna make some irrational decisions. You know what I mean? And especially for a young guy in a game like that, you might make a lot of irrational decisions, just because.
Sim, I'll say this, and this is why I get a little scared with that, right? I agree with you 100% in theory, but we know how the NBA is, man. The NBA is merciless. Like, the whole aspect of giving you time, development, growth.
Yeah, it's a different league.
They don't do that in the NBA, man. Like Knox next year, if they want to get rid of Knox and throw him to the Pelicans, say we somehow can get AD with the first pick and have to trade Knox, they'll trade Knox and Knox will become an afterthought. He could go to the Pelicans and be a guy to keep trading around, and he never developed. We have a bunch of guys on our team now who I still don't think we're given enough proper time or attention, coaching to kind of develop their game. Look at Moutier. I'm not the biggest Moutier fan, but I can't lie. He looks a lot better than what he did in Denver. What's this big guy? I keep thinking Vonleh. Vonleh looks a lot better than what he was with the Blazers and stuff. So that's in theory, yes, I agree with you 1,000%, Sim. I just don't trust the NBA, because today we could be talking about, hey, Knox, we're developing the youth, and tomorrow is their trade bait. Let's get rid of them.
Well, that's
like, look what's happening with the Lakers. Those guys are not playing, to the standard that they're better than what they're doing right now, even though they're not superstars, but because they're not out of it. Now that the team is kind of revealed, we're really not trying to develop. We're trying to get rid of you. And since we couldn't, let's try to put on face. And look at that. A lot of those guys' development is somewhat stunted, if that makes any sense. So I just get scared, man.
I get it, because the NBA is so different today in the way that they treat these young guys. No one wants to give these young guys a chance to actually reach their potential with the team that they started with. I feel you. I definitely feel you there. I just hope that we are patient enough. And it's hard to say with things that's going to be going on with freaking free agency and all of that kind of stuff. It's hard to say if we're actually going to be patient. But I'm hoping and I'm praying that we are going to be patient with a guy like Kevin Knox, man, because you see in glimpses throughout the season, you see what he can do when he is. The other night against Orlando, he missed the dunk, but he came down the lane and with a vengeance, and he missed the dunk, but he had he was looking for somebody's head, for real, and I really do feel when he does start to get it, and he does have that, he learns how to have that. If he learns how to have that aggression on a regular basis, and he really starts to get the game, understand the game, he can be a really, really good player. I think he'll be a really, really good player.
I don't disagree, man.
I just be patient to let it happen, I think.
The only thing, Sim, I agree with you 1,000%, but I really want to talk about how, and I don't mean to hog the conversation, but if we get come around to it, I want to talk about how the tanking may affect some of these young kids, man, because you're right, 1,000%, man. I love watching develop these kids. I know we're losing, whatever, but I love watching development and nitpicking, not to really come at them, but just criticize little things out. You'd like to see growth. I just wanted to see how the tanking, because they know it's an obvious tank. When you don't start Robinson, who is basically putting the NBA, you're seeing reports, you're seeing Bleach report, the biggest draft gem is Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson's looking like the real deal, the next big defensive blah, 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 blah. And then you don't start, Sim. And I'm looking, is Mitchell Robinson hurt? No. So it's like, it's an obvious thing. And I wonder how that might be taking a toll on the players. It's good that you have veterans who might be able to tell them that, to kind of DJs look, they're trying to build for the future. Chill out, don't get too angry. They're trying to build for the future. They have confidence in guys. So I just want to know, if it's getting to any of these guys, but, maybe not. Because I see guys like DSJ, he's still looking good. He's an emotional guy. He's not playing, lesser to his ability. He looks good out there. So I don't know.
Yeah. But let me ask you this. We see how well that Mitchell Robinson is playing, right? What if the only reason right now not to start him is because he's playing so well coming off the bench? And you say, you know what? He's found the groove. Let's just let it go for right now. and see what happens. And maybe later on
No, never. When you get a kid like that, Sim, you never, when they're good for the big lights, when they start to get that confidence in them, you start to push and put more pressure on them. So when the bigger moments come, they don't shy away from it.
Yeah,
So I'll say, you start.
I get it. I mean,
you start.
it.
You set the tone tonight.
I get it, but starting is definitely a different. It's different than coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying? There's a different level of responsibility, maybe a different level of pressure.
Sim, why don't you ask him? You ask Mitchell Robinson this, Sim. You ask him, you say, look, do you want to be a bench player or you want to be a starter? And you see, you light the fire up in these kids, man. What is there to lose?
No, there's nothing to lose. There's nothing to lose. But let's just see if coming down the stretch, if he does, begin to start. Because maybe she started earlier in the season. It was kind of up and down. He probably wasn't ready at that point, right? He wasn't ready at that point. Right now, he probably is ready. Let's see if Fizdale decides, okay, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start you. See what happens.
Sorry, one thing. David Jackson did make a good point, and I forgot that DJ is hurt. Mitch does get winded. So I'll give David Jackson did say that. That's a great point. And I forgot that DJ is hurt. But, yeah, I can see him come off the bench just because he gets, you don't want to tire him out too much. So I agree. You're right, son. I forgot that, he was sharing minutes with DJ.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people thought when DJ went down, Mitchell Robinson was going to be entered right into the starting lineup. But I'm thinking, he probably put Vonleh in there just so he could say, all right, you know what? We're going to keep you there. You're comfortable. You're playing well. Then we'll see what happens with, from there. But what's up with DJ? Do you think he's coming back this season?
I don't know what Sim. I don't know what happened, but it sucks because him and Mitch, I thought had a great rotation, man. Like it worked so perfectly, but it's like he kind of has all the cards. Really, like why would he want to play? Like I think that he's probably iterated to the Knicks, like, hey, if you guys are in the market to get KD, Kawhi, Kyrie, or some of these big guys, I'm down to stay. So it's like, do you really want to risk that for a bunch of meaningless games? Why not give the young kids some playing time? But then again, it's like a weird catch-22 because not catch-22, but it's a weird conundrum because he looked good. Like you saw Mitch developing, getting 25 minutes a game, and having a big guy out there to help spell him. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's gonna come back, but I think he's gonna stay with the team, Sim, because look, he's 31. Is 30? Like he's in his early 30s.
He's like 30 years old or something. I think so too. I think he's gonna stay with the team too.
Yeah. I mean, look, KD's probably it seems like it's well known that KD's coming to New York, so why wouldn't he want to play? So I think he's just gonna take it like, fake some, injury, I don't know what the hell he has. But yeah, it makes no sense for him really to come back outside of development for Mitch, which I want to see, but it's not gonna really help in the long run. There's no need to aggravate if there's anything serious. So I mean, I don't really mind that. It is what it is.
Yeah. All right, let me get to Mark. Let me see what Mark's got to say. I know Mark is in the building. Mark, I'm coming to you, my man. I'm coming to you. All right. What's good, Mark?
What's going on, man? How you doing, man?
Yo, G, you can hear me?
I'm chilling.
Yo, salute.
Good game tonight.
It was a decent game tonight.
No, because like I said, like in the first half in the quarter, I love the defense that they was playing. Right. I love the defense that they was playing, but they just sizzled. They sizzled out the last 2 minutes because of the one-on-one hero ball that they was playing. They could have won that game, but they just took horrible shots when they needed a great bucket. It's not like they lost because of like an offense, but it was just they did dumb play. They did dumb one-on-one plays, and Cleveland sorted on defense.
Yeah. But I mean that's young. I attribute it to them being young. That's me.
No, they all young. I just like the defense that they was playing.
Young. You know what I'm
they
saying?
They was playing tougher.
Do me a favor. Can you turn that down in the back, Mark?
Oh, my bad. I thought I turned it down. My bad. Yeah, I thought. And the funny thing, Guamo took my rant because I was gonna have a rant for my man Knox, but Guamo took it for the night,
Well,
so I don't really have nothing to say.
I mean, my thing is the same. I'm just, we've seen glimpses. He's averaging 12 points per game in his rookie season. We've seen glimpses. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see if he can. We'll see what happens with him. I think that I think he's gonna turn out to be a good player.
No, he's gonna be a good.
I think he's gonna be okay. It's gonna take some time. He's really young. Listen,
he's gonna be a good player. But when I was just in the chat and someone said he was gonna be a pillar. Pillar for what? He wasn't drafted to be a pillar for any team. Pillar for what?
Listen. Remember this. Just remember this. John Calipari told everybody in the league. He told everybody. He said, if you draft Kevin Knox, right? He, when he was talking about Kevin Knox and Mikal Bridges, right? He said, don't expect Kevin Knox to come in and be a star in his first year.
I'm not expecting that from him.
Right? Kevin Knox is going to take a few years to develop and become the player that he can become in the NBA. We just got to let it happen.
No,
we got to let it happen. We got to let it happen. But sometimes I do get afraid, like Guillermo was saying, that we're not going to let it happen. That we're not going to let it happen with the kid. And it didn't, we turn around and he's a star someplace else. We got to let it happen. We got to give some time and let it happen.
Listen, I don't believe he's going to be the star player just because of when he's on the court and he just be fizzling out like Casper, yo. That is a bad attribute to have. That is bad.
No, we gotta give the kid a chance to grow in the NBA, though, man.
But Sim,
hey, Mark, how old are you, Mark?
I'm 28.
You're 28 years old. I guarantee you, if we get on the court right now, you fizzle out after 2 pickup games.
Oh, hell no, because if you know me, I'm the most competitive little guy, and you can ask any of my friends. There's no listen,
I guarantee
bro.
You fizzle out.
Listen. My confidence for anything that I want to do is very high. I'm very highly on myself.
Okay, but your body.
There's no one that can take me out of who I am. No way.
But your body. But I mean, your body is only gonna be able to do so much if you're not in the right shape. Right?
Yeah,
and I'm not saying he's not in shape, but also he's in the NBA. He's getting, there's a lot of big bodies in the NBA. How many games did he play in college? How many games you play?
32, I believe.
You're playing, he's going to play 70, 60 something games. He's up to 50 something games already. You got to let him get used to it. Mentally,
listen,
physically,
I understand.
Let him get used to it. And then see if he starts to fizzle out. Give him a year or two to get used to it, man. I
understand. And people coming at me when I said I would have took Trae Young, but look at him. I guess I'm wrong again, though.
I'm saying everybody's body is different. Trae Young,
he's smaller than Knox.
Exactly. That is the point I was about to say. He is smaller than Knox. That makes a big difference. That makes a huge difference. Somebody who's bigger gets tired earlier. Somebody who is bigger, somebody who weighs more, gets tired earlier than someone who is 165 pounds.
He does not even command the offense. They don't run anything through him.
So what?
How could he be tired?
So what? Mark, I guarantee you. Mark, I guarantee you.
Trae Young should be tired because he commands that whole team.
It's a different body type. You have a different body type. You got to understand that. Hey, Mark, check this out. Hold on. Check this out. I played basketball my whole life, from grade school to college, right? From high school to college, I could get out there and play basketball from 7 o'clock in the morning till midnight and not be tired. You know why? Because I was 5'10 and a half, 155 pounds. There was other people out there that sometimes would have the ball way less than me in their hands. They couldn't play that long because their body type was not the same. There is a big difference between body types and what it takes and getting wore down and those type of things. A big difference. I was small. It didn't take that much for me to get up and down the floor. I was thin. You know what I'm saying? You had somebody else that was 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", 200 pounds, 215 pounds, it might take a little bit more toll on their body.
So you're telling me a 6'2", 190-pound point guard that handles the ball majority of the game,
I just said
is not more tired than someone that doesn't handle the ball
Their
majority of the game when the offense.
Mark, the body type is totally different. Totally different.
Like I said,
their body type is totally different.
His talent is there.
You got to get out there on the court, man. You got to get out there on the court and really play basketball to understand what I'm saying, Mark. The body type is totally different. Totally different. Totally different.
Bro. Growing up, it's the same thing you talking about. Night from morning from afternoon up to night down. Yeah, I've been through those. That's what my neighborhood was about. Every day of the summer.
Mark, the body type. I know all of this. Okay, then if you know it, then you know the body type is different, and it takes a different toll.
But you know
what I'm saying? And it takes a different toll.
I understand what you're saying. I'm not saying you're wrong and whatnot. But what could Knox be honestly tired from that Trae Young should be tired from? Is what I'm asking.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have his body. You know what I'm saying? But you can't expect him to do what Trae Young is doing. Either way, from the way they play their game to their endurance, some people have natural endurance, some people do not have natural endurance. I can guarantee you, Allen Iverson had better endurance than Karl Malone.
But you know what?
Because of his body type.
All right, you know what the gripe is? People just keep telling me that Knox is better than Trae Young, and I'm just watching Trae Young just doing Trae Young things when I said before the draft and how he was going to be good in the league. And everybody thinks Knox is better than Trae Young. That's my only gripe. I just want people to see what I'm talking about. That's all. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's their first year in the league. How many players were better than other players their first year in the league?
Everybody called him a bust. Everybody said he can't pass.
Hold up. Hey, Mark, how many players in the NBA were better than some players in the NBA their first year in the league, and then their fifth year in the league, they were not as good? That happens all the time. Everybody wants to compare everything on the first year. The first 50 games of a player's career. Come on, man. The first 50 plays.
Listen.
Hey, Brandon Jennings, when he was a rookie, Brandon Jennings dropped 50.
You know what I tend to understand?
Hold up, though.
When you come at certain plays, when people like, it hurts your soul. I understand, because I used to do it to me with KP. Hey, I understand what y'all go through.
Hey, look.
But it's okay.
This is the thing. Brandon Jennings was... People thought he was going to be a star his first year in the league, right? A big star. He dropped 50 in his rookie year.
Yeah.
What happened to him? Where is he? I mean, we got to stop. We got to stop basing a player's career on their first 50 games. All right, we look at the players' first 50 games of their career and say, "Oh, this is what they're going to be."
Well, normally it's the point guards have normally in NBA history, normally the point guards have a harder time developing than a forward or a shooting guard in the league, and that is a fact. It takes point guards longer develop than a wing player. Okay. I'm just saying.
But listen, but you don't even know. Check it. Trae Young could be the Trae Young you see now. He could be the same Trae Young 4 years from now. You don't know.
I would prefer this Trae Young because what he's doing, he's controlling the game. That's what I want in my point guard. His IQ, he has one.
Well, you know what? I hope
it's better than his shooting.
Listen,
I rather would have that than my point guard. Thank you very much.
I hope that Trae Young becomes a super duper star. But we're gonna see. We'll see.
He's gonna be a high quality player. I don't think he's gonna be a superstar.
We will see 3 years from now.
But he will be better than Knox.
What is what? We will see 3 years from now what is what. But we gotta stop
sleeping like Casper.
We gotta stop judging these players on just 50 games in their career and say this is what they're gonna be. Bro, you was doing
it with KP. The way I'm judging Knox, you used to do it with KP and I had to deal with it.
Mark, I didn't know you 50 games into KP's career.
But still, the way you have a gripe against KP, you criticize him the same amount that I'm doing what Knox does. And that is a total fact, bro.
No, 50 games into KP's career, I was like, yo, this guy, let's see what this dude is going to be. He has a chance to do something special. That's what I was saying 50 games in his career.
You was the man that said Kevin Knox could do more than KP.
I still think he has a better repertoire.
Oh,
KP
God.
can't advance the ball up the floor.
Oh,
KP
God.
barely. Kevin Knox doesn't rebound either. Listen, it's the first year in the league he averaging about the same. It's KP.
KP was a way better player than Knox his first year. Don't even do that. Don't even do that. Don't even do that. Don't not do that.
Man, yo, go to Dallas. Go to Dallas. Go to Dallas.
Yeah,
go to Dallas. KP
I'm gonna be in Dallas chilling, bro.
Go to Dallas. Go to Dallas.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
KP, man. Go to Dallas. Go to Dallas. Listen, KP still may not become what you think he's gonna be. I don't know. But all I'm saying is 50 games into his career, I was not saying he's going to be this or that. I didn't know what he was going to be. Three years in his career, that's when I started saying, I'm not sure. That's when I started saying it. But you want to judge him on 50 games in his career and then and mark that to be his whole career and say this is what his career is going to be like after 50 games. If you would have did that to T-Mac, what would you have said? After 50 games of T-Mac's career, what would you have said? What about Kawhi? What about Jimmy Butler? What about all them guys? What would you have said? Right? You got to let them guys play, man.
Kawhi was a better player in college than Tracy McGrady was a better high school player than
We're not talking about high school. We're not talking about college. They in the NBA now. What I'm saying is,
bro,
if you keep judging these players after 50 games,
he came out of high school.
Dude, I'm talking about the NBA. 50 games in their NBA career. Yeah. I said if you judge them after 50 games in their NBA career, you can't judge a player after 50 games in their NBA career.
Anybody that's seen Tracy McGrady coming out of high school, seen he was going to be something.
Dude, I'm talking about 50 games. I'm talking about 50 games in their career.
Going to be something.
I'm talking about 50 games in their career. That's all I'm talking about. 50 games in their career. That's all I'm talking about. 50 games in their NBA career. You got to stop judging players after 50 games. It keeps happening time and time again. Time and time again. It keeps happening time and time again.
Too much.
People are judging these players after 50 games in their career. Then they want to move them from here to here to here.
Bro.
Right? And then when they end up losing a player, and they want to trade back for him. They want to go get him.
Who?
Right?
Yeah, you got traded KP.
Come on, man. Get out of here. Man, free KP, man.
Y'all watch.
Go to Dallas.
You mad now, bro?
I'm not mad.
Don't be mad
I'm mad because you not being open-minded to understand that these players are in 50 games into their career. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
I'm open-minded, but I'm also bringing facts. I'm also bringing facts, bro. I'm also bringing facts. It's okay.
You are bringing your opinion. You are bringing your opinion.
It's okay.
It is your opinion that Trae Young is going to be better 3 years from now. It may be a fact
like he's going to be better because he is better than him now.
Hold up. It may be a fact that he's better now, but it's your opinion he's going to be better 3 weeks from now.
No, that's not an opinion. That's an actual fact.
It's
when
a
I'm
fact.
watching two players, it's actual fact because this one player averaging 19 and then 8 assists a game.
It's a fact.
And controlling the whole offense.
It is a fact.
He's better than him now.
Hold up. It is a fact that he's going to be better 3 years from now?
Who?
Trae Young. It is a fact that he's going to be better 3 years from now. That's what I said. That's what I said.
Listen,
is it a fact?
His play is telling me he's going to be better. Listen, his play is telling me he's going to be better.
I know. Answer my question.
He's more consistent.
Answer my question. Is it a fact or is it an opinion that he's going to be better 3 years than now?
I'm judging him right now. He's better than now.
Is it a fact or is it an opinion? That's all I'm asking you. Is it a fact or is it an opinion?
No, it's a fact. It's a fact because look how he's playing.
It is your opinion. It is your judgment of him now. It is It is an opinion. How can you have a fact about what a player is going to be 3 years from now when the 3 years from now has not gotten here? What I'm saying is stop making your opinions fact. Your opinions are not fact. Facts are...
That Trae Young is better than Knox right now? That's what I said. He's better than him right now.
No, I just asked you.
I didn't say 3 years later. You brought that up. I said now.
And you said it's a fact that he's going to be better 3 years from now.
No, I said he's better than him now. Even in 3 years, he'll be better than him.
Exactly. So you're saying that's a fact when that's an opinion.
Yes.
That is an opinion.
It's a fact. Yes,
that is an opinion. That is an opinion. Get it together, Mark. That's an opinion.
What?
It is your opinion that he's going to be better 3 years from now.
Trae Young is better than him, and y'all got to deal with it.
It is your opinion. He is better now.
Just say that he's better than him.
He is better now. He is better now. It is your opinion that he'll be better 3 years from now. See, people got to stop making your opinion fact, right? Facts have hardcore data behind it. Facts have things that you cannot change behind it. Clearly, he's better now. That is a fact. 3 years from now, you don't know. So that is an opinion. Stop taking your opinion, and I'm talking to every Knicks fan that's out there, every NBA fan that's out there. Stop taking your opinion and making it a fact. Every time I turn around, I look in the chat, in the chat, people, facts, 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 when it's their opinion. There's a clear separation between facts and opinion. Clear separation. Opinion is what you think is going to happen. Facts are actually what is happening. Or what has happened. It's two different things. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is we need to stop judging these players after 50 games, after 60 games, after 70 games. Can we let them play a little bit? Can we let them learn the game? Can we let them learn how to be young men? Can we let them do that? Can we let them get from underneath their mother's titty? Some of them still on it. They so young. Some of them still drinking baby milk and got Gerber bottles at home in the closet because they're so young. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm trying to say. Isaiah, I'm coming to you, man. What's good?
You know, I just wanted to piggyback about what you said a little bit, and you know, I have to just respectfully disagree with Mark a little bit on the certain things of.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
Mark, all right, Mark, get out your feelings, Mark. Get out your feelings. Listen, all I'm saying is this. I'm saying this in the sense of. I totally agree with you with Tracy McGrady. Like a lot of okay, it's a known fact. If Steve Nash played for the Knicks his first 3 years, we would call him a bust. It is a fact. I don't care what anybody says about they think they know what Steve Nash is going to be. If you look at his numbers are absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible, and people would not think that. They'll think Kyle Lowry's a bust. They'll think Dirk Nowitzki was a bust. They'll think a lot of players were bust. It takes more time than certain players. People not going to come out here being Jordan, not going to be out here coming being Magic, Larry Bird. That don't happen like that. It's 50 games. People got to understand a lot of players take time. A lot of these kids are not properly coached no more versus when, you know, back in the day, you actually have real coaches coaching these kids. There wasn't a lot of AAU crap and wasn't all that stuff. A lot of these kids take time, man. You got to also remember now the trend is 22-year-olds are getting out of the league because they're not playing well, because they're not coached well. Mm. People understand. People got to remember that. Back in the day, Jordan came into the league at 22. Now players are getting kicked out of the league at 22 because they're not here yet. So we got to hold on from passing judgment on players based on 50 games. Mark, you saying that, but people saying that about Paul George. Paul George's first year, people were calling him lazy. People calling him sleep.
I'm gonna get back to you guys. All right, I'm gonna let Guillermo get in, then I'm gonna get back to you guys, man. Go ahead, Guillermo. What's poppin'?
Yeah, man. I agree. Like, look, when I was nitpicking on Knox, like, it's just stuff I want to see him develop with, man. Like, but I'm not ready to write off these kids, man, because we've seen guys have great rookie careers or rookie seasons, and then they flop the next year. So it's all about development. And look, the Hawks aren't doing anything. Like, it'd be one thing if Trae Young, when these guys and they have 50 wins. If he was Donovan Mitchell's rookie year, it'd be like, oh, okay, all right, you might have a point. But it's like, bro, like, let's just wait and let's just see how these guys develop. Like, to sit here and say, oh, we. Yeah.
You still
I mean, who's even a more impactful player on the Hawks? Is it him or John? Like, I look at Trae Young. I think he's a good player. I'm not wowed by him. This, like, come on, man. Like, let's pump our brakes. We could all be wrong. We could all be right. Look, Trae Young might turn out to be a star. Knox might turn out to be a star. But like, I get mad at Knox just because of mental stuff. But also realize he's 19 years old. I can't get too mad at a 19-year-old player, man. Like, so, like, I'm just gonna give these guys patience. I just nitpick at certain stuff. But I'm not here saying that we should get rid of him and kill the kid. Because look how many guys in the NBA, like Isaiah said, guys are 22 and they're leaving the league because no one's giving them time to develop.
Exactly. Exactly. No one's giving these kids time to develop, man. Everybody wants that instant gratification, superstardom right out the gate. I don't know. I don't get it. I can't understand why people can't see the age that these kids are coming into the league, and that it's a different league. It is not Michael Jordan's league. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up, Sim. Just to kill Mark right now. Hopefully Mark is listening. Let me kill Mark right now.
I'm gonna unmute Mark. I'm gonna let you guys talk for a minute.
I come to gripe sometimes.
Mark, can I say one thing, right?
Players are just better than them. It's okay.
Mark talks about Trae Young, right?
It's fucking okay,
he
bro.
wants Trae Young because Trae Young is so
I told you
good now.
Trae Young is just a better player than him.
Hey, hold up. Hey, Mark, watch your language, man.
Knox was even better than Shane Gilgeous in college.
Mark, Sim is talking to you.
Mark, can you hear me? You all right? Hey, Mark, can you hear me?
Mark, can you hear us?
Oh, hold on, I'm coming. Yeah.
I got you and Guillermo both unmuted, so watch your language so y'all can have a conversation because Guillermo was talking to you.
Yeah, Mark, this is what I don't like, right? You talking about Knox and that Trae Young we should have gotten him because Trae Young is producing and showing more now, which means you don't want to give time to Knox. But when KP was hurt and the trade happened, you were talking about giving KP time because KP is a real deal and he was going to show out. So what is it? When you like a player who's hurt, you give him time.
Wait, hold on. Because KP, even in his first year, he showed me way more than what Kevin Knox. So I will give someone that puts in more effort than someone in 50 games more than that person. KP showed me more.
Look, I like KP, but KP flashed. He didn't show.
Hold on.
How many games did we win, bro?
Well, hold on. I'm not talking about the games. I'm talking about productiveness on the court. KD was way more productive than Knox.
Yeah, thank you, John G. It's the same KP that said he was tired and can't finish seasons, right?
While getting put into a new role he never had before, being the man, right?
Okay, but so why does you make excuses for KP but not for Knox?
Oh, my. Because he's sleeping on the court for numerous games. What are you not understanding? You were just complaining about it.
He's 19 years old.
So he's going to sleep every game, right?
Who said every game? He's 19. You're not even giving the kid a chance. You're not even giving him a chance to grow,
I would give your argument credence if Trae Young was leading the Hawks to 40, 50 wins.
Yo, you know what's so crazy? If Trae Young wasn't doing what he's doing right now, y'all would have called him a bust. Y'all would have called him a bust. I'm not calling Kevin Knox a bust. I
said for Young Block Isaiah, he wants to say something.
Dude, I'm not even paying attention to Trae Young. Really. I'm not even paying attention to what Trae Young is doing. I'm focused on what the Knicks is doing. Why would I call him a bust? Why would I call him a bust after his first 50 games?
Because he's small, he's 6'2", and people don't think that he could have translated to the NBA, which was everybody's gripe about him. That's why. And anybody would call a 6'2" point guard.
Yo, Zim, Isaiah wants you to unmute him. He wants to say something to Mark.
No more than 200 pounds will call someone a bust because they wouldn't think that he would translate as small as he is. Right. Am I right or am I wrong?
You know what? And I'll say this. In my opinion, anyone who would call a first-year player in the NBA that was drafted in the top 10 a bust after their first 50 games, they casual fans. They're not real. They casual fans.
They did it with They did it with Anthony Bennett. They did Anthony Bennett.
I don't know, John G.
They did it with Anthony Bennett. I could tell you a whole bunch of number one picks that they call bust first year. Not Anthony Bennett. Anthony Bennett. Who else?
Yeah, but Mark, they're not even winning. It'd be one thing if the Hawks are winning. They're not even winning.
I'm not, Guamo. It's not about the win. I'm talking about productive, how he looks on the floor. I don't give a damn about
but Mark, you're also
I'm worried about his productive on the floor.
Mark, you're also comparing a guy on a different team, on a different infrastructure, to a guy in a different position, on a different team, on a different infrastructure, man. It's just, it's you can't do that. The only thing is that
I can't do that?
Because you're comparing apples and chalk. They have
no. How is it apples and chalk when I just said that people was clowning me when I said I would have took Trae Young over Knox? That's how the conversation started.
I'm gonna get back to these dudes. I'm gonna let these guys finish. So I'm gonna get back to them. We're gonna go ahead and recap the game. I'll get back to you, Isaiah, as soon as I come back in. Listen, the bottom line, all that I'm trying to say, the only thing that I'm trying to say is let's not judge these guys after 50 games. That's it. I just want to give the guys a chance to play in the NBA. Just give the guys a chance to play. Right? Give them a chance. Give them a chance to be a bust. We're not even giving them a chance to be a bust. I mean, right out the gate. We're not giving them a chance to play. We're not giving them a chance to have an off season to develop. Neither one of these guys, Trae Young or Kevin Knox, neither one of them has had an off season to develop. Mitchell Robinson, he hasn't had an off season to develop. Alonzo Trier, he hasn't had an off season to develop. These guys haven't had an off season to develop. We don't know what they're gonna do. They could have great work ethics. They could have terrible work ethics. I don't know how to call it, folks. I don't know how to call it, man. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to base a guy's whole career on their first 50 games. If I based my whole career on my first job and how I performed on my first job, then, and if that's how my whole career was going to be based, then I might be sleeping under a bridge, covering myself up with a cardboard box. That up. You know what I'm saying? When I had my first job at 19 years old, when I had a job at 19 years old, I'm going to base my whole career on that, then, you know, I'd be done. I wouldn't be here now. You know what I'm saying? We got to do a better job, man. We got to do a better job and give these guys a chance. That's all I want. That's all I want. I just want to give these guys a chance. Let's go ahead and let's recap this game real quick, man, and then we're going to talk. We're going to get into some other stuff. Pretty sure there's going to be some more arguing going on. After I recap the game, do this quick recap, I'm going to get you a couple of phone calls, and then we'll go on from there. All right? So let's get with it. The New York Knicks lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers 125-118 tonight to stop. I guess you want to call it a win streak. Stops a 2-game win streak. All right? Or maybe we didn't get a chance to get to a streak. I don't know. But anyway, the New York Knicks lost. What looked like a promising game, looked like a game that they should win. The Knicks were up 31-27 after one. They were up 2 points. They were up 2 at halftime. They lost 30-28 in the second quarter, but they were up 2 at halftime. Third quarter, they won the third quarter by 10, 38-28. But then they lost the fourth quarter by 19. They collapsed in the fourth quarter. They did young kid stuff. Young kid stuff. And I'm okay with that. I think you guys should be okay with that too. That's what's going to happen. These guys got to learn how to win. The Knicks had a 14-point lead, was their biggest lead. The Cleveland Cavaliers' biggest lead, 7. Right? Biggest lead was 7. The Knicks, coming into this game, had been playing better defense. You know what I'm saying? Been playing better defense. In February, the Knicks had, they had the 10th best defense in the league in February, in the month of February. Let's not get crazy. In the month of February, they had the 10th best defense in the league. They gave up 51.2% shooting to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They let the Cavs shoot 41.2% from the three-point line. They fouled them they sent them to the line 36 times. The Cavs went to the line 36 times. They were 29 for 36 from the stripe. The Knicks shot 48.4% from the field. Still better than our season's average. We shot 34.4% from the three-point line, 65% from the stripe, only 15 for 23. The rebounding battle was tied at 40. The Knicks had 26 assists tonight, 4 steals, 3 blocks, and only 8 turnovers. I like that 26 assists. And right from the beginning of the game, you could see the Knicks come right and run a set and get Damian Dotson an open look. And listen, I know I got on Fizdale a lot. But I'm seeing a little bit more, and I really do think it has a lot to do with Tim Hardaway not being here. But I'm seeing more and more sets being ran, a little more structure to the offense. We've got to be able to make those things work for us down the stretch of games so that we can, pull them out and we can win them. But what I've been seeing lately, I am happy with. Numbers, that's the numbers for the game tonight. Take a look at the box scores. We'll go to the New York Knicks side and look at those box scores. Kevin Knox, that was the man of topic before we started looking at this here. Kevin Knox tonight, 3 for 12 from the field, 8 points, 6 rebounds, only 2 assists. Rough night for Knox. And we've seen a lot of those this season, but doesn't mean that. Well, anyway, I'm not going to get back into it. Lance Thomas played 18 minutes tonight. 10 points, 4 for 10 from the field, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Noah Vonleh, he had a resurgence tonight. Played 22 minutes, had 16 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. Damian Dotson tonight, 9 points, 6 assists. Dennis Smith Jr. had 16 points, 8 assists. Some people complain about, his play down the stretch of the game, but, we'll take it from these young guys. Whatever happens. They got to learn. Alonzo Trier tonight. Alonzo Trier seems like he's broken out of his, he was in a slump. Seems like he's broken out of it. There's still some things about Trier that I think he's got to learn. Like, I don't exactly remember what play, where it was throughout the game. But I just recall a play where, the offense looked nice, the ball was moving, and then Trier caught the ball at kind of on the elbow, and then he took like 5-6 dribbles before he pulled up a shot. And that right there, I feel like those type of plays really do stunt the offense. And I want to see a little bit, continue to see more action. I have a rule with my players. If you're not getting to the cup in 3 dribbles, you're kicking it out. You don't get to the cup in 3 dribbles, get it out your hands. We don't need 4, 5, 6 dribbles. Let's the defense cue in on one person. Emmanuel Mudiay tonight, 22 minutes, 10 points. He had 6 assists, 1 rebound. Mitchell Robinson tonight, 12 points. 7 rebounds, 2 blocks. And the way Mitchell Robinson has been playing, 12 points and 7 rebounds is a light game for him with the way he's been playing. Henry Ellenson, we're going to talk about him in a little bit. Tonight, 13 points, 5 rebounds. And I'm going to say something just to get on Mark's nerves. We found another unicorn. How about that, Mark? Now, we replaced your unicorn with Henry Ellison. Another unicorn. Now, John Jenkins, he played 9 minutes, had 2 points. Luke Cornett did not play tonight. That's the story of the game, folks. The Knicks lose 125-118 to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cuts a 2-game win streak short, and now we're ready to move on to the West Coast and get ready to start what's going to be a rough schedule in the month of March. It's going to be a rough schedule in the month of March. All I'm saying is, though, let's let these guys play some basketball. Can we do that, please? Let's talk about Henry Ellison. Henry Ellison signed for the remainder of the season. The Knicks signed him for the remainder of the season. A smart move by Scott Perry, I believe. I think that, listen, he's a guy that one day, or let me not say one day, he's a guy that Well, I think Scott Perry and Steve Mills, I think that they are setting themselves up. Well, they're just keeping themselves flexible, right? You got young guys that may outplay their contracts or play to the point where they look like, they bring a lot of value for how much money they're making. So they'd be a nice trade chip if that's the way that they choose, right? But they also have options to, they have the option to move the guy. They have the option to keep the guy. They're doing a very good job, Scott Perry and Steve Mills. I don't know how much more I can say about what they're doing. They're just doing a really good job so far, I think. I like what they're doing, right? And they're swooping in and finding guys that other teams didn't want to have the patience to develop, right? Or just semantics, the way that it happened with their team. But they're finding these guys, and then they're bringing them in to develop them, right? Or maybe these guys, or they're bringing guys in when they're about ready to bud, maybe. About ready to bud and have a good year. Because sometimes guys like Ellenson, you're going to get a good 3, 4, 5 years maybe for some of these guys. I'm not saying Ellenson is going to be that way, but sometimes guys like Ellenson, you only get 3, 4, 5 years where they're really playing good basketball. And sometimes you got to swoop in and find them during that sweet spot. And hopefully he's a guy who has a longer career than that and lasts a while, but he might be one of those guys that you come in and you find him in that sweet spot, right? And he plays a role, he plays a piece. Noah Vonleh could be one of those guys. Kadeem Allen could be one of those guys, right? Because if we're going to do the things that we say we're going to do in free agency or that we're trying to do, then it is going to be necessary that we have some of those guys that cost a little but bring a lot of value. We're going to need them. You know what I'm saying? We're going to need them. I like Henry Ellenson, Mark. So forget about KP, Mark, and get on the Henry Ellenson train. Forget about KP, jump on with HE. I know that was corny, but I'm just trying to get on Mark's nerves. Can you do that for me, Mark? So, Mark, I'm going to come to you and ask you, because I don't have a phone call right now. As soon as I have a phone call, we're going to get on a phone call. If you want to call in, hit me up, 516-405-2246. But before you do that, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell. You get a notification anytime that I go live. Share it on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, whatever you got, share it. Let other people know about the MBK family. You know what I'm saying? And hit me with that thumbs up button. All right, so let's get back over in here and talk to these guys a little bit. See what these guys talking about. I'm pretty sure there's some beefing and all that stuff going on as usual. I don't know. I'm looking at them now. They look quiet. Something must have happened. Somebody said something out of bounds or something. They look quiet. They look mundane. Let's talk to them though. Let's talk to them. I want to know about Henry Ellenson, guys. Tell me what you think about Henry Ellenson, because he had another good game. Okay, Isaiah, I'm going to come to you. I said I was going to come to you when you came back. Isaiah, what's good, man?
Two things. One thing before I say.
Do me a favor first. Can you turn that down in the back?
Yeah, I got you, Mark. Two things before I talk about Henry Ellenson, which I like a lot.
Okay.
When it comes to Mark, I think the power of hindsight really helps us out with his arguments about things, because he could say he wanted this player after certain things happened, which, I think is kind of ridiculous. Also, too, I want to know his opinion on like players like Michael Carter-Williams, Jabari Parker, players like that started really, really hot, and now they're barely in the league right now. I'm just curious about his opinion on those kind of guys, since he says, he can predict what players are going to be good in the future based on the production as a rookie. I'm just curious about that. But what do I know? You know what I'm saying? Also, too, at the end of the day, Sim, a lot of us got to understand, and we're criticizing these players. We're not NBA players. I think people got to remember that. We're not NBA players. We can't do what they do. So we think they sleeping. I don't know what the hell we think we can do in the court against these guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
at the end of the day, we're fans. At the end of the day, no matter you, me, Guillermo, who's Mark, John, it don't matter who it is, Stephen A., all these dudes, we're fans. We can't play NBA basketball. We can talk about it. We can see what the. It's easy to point out when somebody else is doing it versus when you do it. So when people criticize other players, just think about, can you do this? Can you go on the court and guard these guys? It's easier said than done. A wise man once said.
Easier said than done. It's always easier said than done. That's a fact right there. That's a fact. That is a fact, Mark, not an opinion. Things are easier said than done. Take it from my man Eazy-E. That's the wise man we talk about. Eazy-E. It's easier said than done. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead, Isaiah, man.
I mean, I just want people to remember that. Every time you criticize a player, just remember, you're not out there. It's easy to talk about him, but can you do it? But back to Wayne, what's his name?
Henry Ellington.
I like him a lot, son. And I see what the Knicks are doing. And you got to give Scott Perry a lot of credit, because right now, I felt like in the beginning of the season, we were lacking the shooters. Mm-hmm. Now we got two decent shooters with John Jenkins and this kid. Yeah, and and it's, again, Sim, this is prime example of what we were just talking about. You give up on kids so early. How old is this kid? Like 22, 23? You give up on him early, and I'm not saying he's like doing outstandingly great, but he's doing something. He's getting an opportunity. Mm-hmm. So it's like, again, we were talking about giving up on 22, 23-year-olds, and these kids would literally just be getting out of college. Literally just be getting out of college.
Yeah.
Some of them may be still in college. So it's like, I like them a lot. I see what the Knicks are doing. And if we are competitive next year, they're on team-friendly contracts, and we got shooters on team-friendly contracts, which you definitely need if you want to compete. So I love what Scott Perry doing. He should keep doing it. And, let's just say we get, I don't even want to say their names because I don't want to spread that energy, but if we do get the players that we want, we're going to need shooters on cheap deals.
Yeah.
And, these two to me fit the mold of all ball shooters that can just run around and get the shots that they need.
Yeah.
So, I love what Scott Perry doing. Keep it up. Let's go. I like what he's doing, man. I like the moves, man.
Yeah. Hey, let me get to a phone call, then I'm gonna come back. Tell Mark that I said Henry Ellington replaced KP as a unicorn. Let him know. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
What's popping, Sam? What's going on, brother?
I'm good.
The World Wide West comes from Long Island.
What's up with you, homie?
I'm chilling, brother. It's been a little minute. I'm listening every night, though. Just hearing y'all out,
Yeah.
Keeping me afloat. I was out in L.A. at the spa, and this dude, Isaiah, had me dying laughing. The Chinese lady was getting mad at me. Word, man. But what we talking about tonight right now, man?
You see what happened? You see what happened with Mr. Kraft over there, man? Be careful in them spas.
Oh, nah.
Be
It was
careful.
a legit spot, man. Nothing like that. no Robert Kraft type spot, man.
Yeah. Now, we're talking about Henry Ellington. What do you think about Henry Ellington?
Yeah, I think he's solid, man. He's not KP or nothing like that, but he's solid. He might give us a little Steve Novak impact, as far as you saying, like, there's guys that come in and they have a couple years in them, couple good years. I put him into the Steve Novak category, but he has a handle and can pass a little bit better than Steve Novak.
Yeah.
On a good team, I could see him having an impact in the game. But I want to say something, I'm a big Dennis Smith Jr. guy. I used to mention his name before we got him, and y'all used to shut me down because I wasn't feeling Dennis Smith Jr. I knew once we got him, I was trying to call. I couldn't get through. It would take a week for everybody to go 360 about it. He's not a complete player, not that by no stretch of the imagination, but he's a hell of a lot better than Frank. He makes the wheels turn a little bit, you know, and I feel like Fizdale's doing a disservice to Dennis Smith by not playing him with Mitchell Robinson, not starting Mitchell Robinson. If you look at it, one reason why Moutier looks like he's excelling is because he's playing with better players than Smith is playing with. Noah Vonleh right now and Lance Thomas are horrible, atrocious. If you look at not this game, the previous game, when we got blitz in the first quarter, everything was a turnover or a missed defensive assignment by either Lance Thomas, Noah Vonleh, or Damian Dotson. He didn't have it last game, you know. And I don't know why he doesn't start Mitchell Robinson, even Ellenson. You know what I mean? It will open up the floor a lot more for Dennis Smith. Maybe shooting threes. You know what I mean? He'll be throwing. He's crazy with the lob with Mitchell Robinson. But if you look at Fizdale's rotation, he don't play as much with Robinson. So, you know, just imagine if they was playing together way more, he'd have way more assists. You know, so that's one thing I wanted to say. I know I haven't called in a while, so I'm kind of catching up on some things from the past.
It's cool.
I remember Who's Mark was saying that, you know, the whole thing about Anthony Davis. And, you know, I don't want to even give him my opinion whether we should get Anthony Davis. I'm looking at it from what do I think the Knicks are going to do. Now, we know the Knicks. The Knicks did a 360 when they traded KP, right? If you're going to commit to signing Kevin Durant, this is, you know, assuming we get him, which I think there's a probability of us getting him and Kyrie, right? The rebuild or the plethora of young players, a wrap. We're only going to keep like 2-3 of them if we're lucky, right? So we have a bunch of picks. It was said that New Orleans wants several. They wanted like 4 draft picks from the Lakers. You know, that was what was a deciding factor. So I think that we could acquire, what's his name, without even giving up Knox or Robinson. I think we could put together a package with all the picks the Mavericks gave us. We're going to have to give up Dennis Smith Jr. You know, Frank is going to have to go. Either Trey or Dotson, maybe both of them. You know, then we're going to have to give up all those picks that the Mavericks gave us and probably one of our picks. And we could get, in my opinion, I think that's enough to get Anthony Davis.
I mean, that might be enough.
I think
now, see, that might be enough to get him, but the question would be, if you want to get him, KD, and Kyrie, well, and putting those names in there, but let's just say, you know, have 3 max guys like that, and one of them is you're trading for Anthony Davis, then you got to make the salaries match. And that's where it becomes, because some of these guys, Damian Dotson, Alonzo Trier, they're making like $1 million, $1.5 million, right? So you got to be able to put in enough money so that the salaries can match, so that you don't have to dip into that free agency money, so that you can pay, you know, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, along with AD. So that's the reason why people are saying you're going to have to give up so much, right? Because that first, you know, if you get that first round, that first pick is going to be like $9 million. Anthony Davis makes $25 million. So that first pick is $9 million, right? You still make up $16 million. So, of course, that's going to be Frank, Knox, Dennis Smith Jr., right? Those guys right there make up about $9 million with their salaries. I'm not sure how things work out with Lance Thomas, though. You know, I think I'm not sure how that contract works out. If he makes $7 million next year, or if he has like $1 million that's guaranteed or something like that. There's something I'd have to look at it a little further. But I think that's
Lance Thomas's contract is I think he makes like $6.5 million, but it only counts like $1 or $2 million against the cap.
It's something. There's something. I'm not exactly what it is with Lance, but
yeah. But if we trade him, I don't know what the dollar amount is which of the two apply to the cap for the other team we're trading to.
Right.
But because we're under the cap, though, we could absorb a certain amount of the contract. So even if the contracts don't match up perfectly, right? So Kyrie's going to get, I think his contract's going to start at $30 million, and Durant's going to start at $38 million.
Yeah, Kyrie's
That's $68
starts
million
at 32.
Right.
Kyrie starts.
So we still have like almost $10 million to play with, like $9 million to play with. So even if the contract, if the trade comes up to a $16 million worth of salary that we're dishing off, and we're taking back 25, we have that $9 million wiggle room to absorb into our cap, because we'll be under the cap still.
Yeah,
because in my opinion, we're going to sign the 2 free agents prior to getting Anthony Davis.
Yeah,
we're going to make the trade. It has to be 30 days after whoever we draft. Then he'll be eligible to be traded.
Yeah, well, KD and Kyrie actually equal 70 million, because KD would be 38, Kyrie would be 32, so that's 70 million right there.
I think both of them will take a slight pay cut.
I mean, that's possible. That's possible.
Yeah, all they have to do is each take like $4 million less, or even $3 million less.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I just feel like that's possible.
But guess we'll see how that goes, man. Hey, I appreciate the call, man. You still out on the West Coast, or you back on the East Coast?
No, I'm back on the East Coast.
All right, no doubt. Well, I hope you enjoyed your trip over there.
Yes, sir, man. It was live. It was definitely a live one, man.
All right. Hey, well, I'm gonna get back to this video chat. I actually got another call coming in. I'm gonna check that out. But stay with us, man. Stay with us. You back on the East Coast, so you can check us out.
You already know, man. Always, man. Take it easy, brother.
All right, worldwide. Peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking about Henry Ellington a little bit. And I seen a little bit in the video chat, people say, you guys talking about him like he's an all-star. No, not that he's an all-star. It's just, it's exciting to bring somebody in and, have them produce, someone that you sign on a 10-day, guy from the G League, whatever it is, have them produce, because, you're getting them on a cheap contract. And, then that means that, their value could be high. You could possibly, flip that for something if it's someone that you don't really want to keep. Or it could be someone that just brings value to your program if you do want to keep them. So that's all that is with Henry Ellington. Call you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Tim, what's good?
I'm good, homie. How are you?
Everything is all right. I'm here listening to y'all. You guys are really spirited tonight. Tim, why are you arguing with a crazy man?
I don't know. I'm asking myself. I must be crazy. I'm asking myself the same question. I just, sometimes, Mark is like real biased. You know what I mean? He's like super duper biased. I'm just trying to get him to understand. The kids have played 50 games. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Let them live a little bit. Let them get a chance. Let them get a chance.
Sim, you're right, and I'm a double back on that in a second, because I want to bring something up with you with that. Nah, I'm gonna double back on it, but I want to get into this Henry Ellington.
Yeah.
You made my point from a couple of nights ago, because I was telling you, I said, Sim, you can go out and make a deal for AD and deplete your team with some of these young cats, because why? And I said it to you. I said, these guys, they're spread all around the league. We weren't the only person that saw Henry Ellington, and Henry Ellington got talent.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of these guys that you could fill in if you made a trade, and you're talking about your incoming guys, plus the European contingent. If your scouting staff is on top of their game, just like how the Knicks seem to be on top of their game, they're going to pluck some of these guys around to fill in if they do have a big three next season. That was just my point to you. And Henry Ellison highlights that because where the Knicks pluck him from.
Say that again. Broke up a little bit.
I said, where did the Knicks pluck him from in February?
I guess he was on Detroit. I'm assuming he got waived or whatever it was. He was in the G League, so they plucked him up.
You see my point though. My point is that there's these guys that are around the league that you could fill in your staff. You could fill in your team with real NBA ball players that a lot of peripheral NBA fans don't really know until they get to their team. They're like, wow, where the hell was this Henry Ellison?
But I mean, the question will still remain: can they do it on a playoff type level, right? Because he's doing it on a 13-win team. Now, I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying, he's still unproven. He's unproven.
That kind of boat or that kind of tide rises all boats. The tides we're talking about bringing to this team rises all boats. They make everybody else look good. I saw LeBron take a Cleveland team to the finals. You remember that? You remember that first Cleveland team that went to the finals with Boobie Gibson and whoever else?
Mm-hmm. I know you're talking about who's on there.
And a couple of hard. I mean, I'm not disrespecting them because that team they did get to the finals, but they weren't a memorable finals team outside of LeBron. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? If KD's the star we think he could be, if he lands there, and Kyrie, if they think they could be, and you have somebody else, and you get fortunate and you get a Zion, you could, what I'm saying? You could do some things that don't necessarily mean that you're giving away the young fan base. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, but, I agree there. I feel like we can do some things without trading away the farm for AD. That's me. That's just me. I think we could do some things without trading away the farm and still have now and the future. I feel like you can because of the level of player that you're talking about bringing in. And then you fill it in some gaps with the Henry Ellisons and some other vets that's around the league, and you're still keeping your cupboard full. To have the flexibility to do some things later on.
Okay, this is what I want. You drive me crazy. Where I'm at with it.
That's where I'm at with it.
Then you drive me crazy with this, and this is where I think you're missing this little piece right there. Tim. If we were a team, right, and I'm going to give you a team, for instance, look at Utah, right? Look at Utah. For as long as I can remember, Utah, they've either made the playoffs. I think they had a stretch at one time where they made the playoffs like 25 out of 28 years. Some ridiculous stretch, right? Would you rather be a Utah that is in the playoffs, bottom of the playoffs, depending if they get lucky one year, they get a Karl Malone or not, or galvanize all you got right now as a New York team that hasn't won a championship in 50 years? What are we sustaining?
What are we?
You have to win something to sustain it.
But I'm saying, if you got Kyrie and you got KD, you're winning now. Right, and you could possibly win a championship with, Kyrie, KD. If say you got Zion, and you still got money and you still got room to pull in other veterans, you're gonna be a championship contender, right? There's no guarantee you're gonna win it. There's no guarantee you're gonna win it if you get Anthony Davis, but at least you now have. Well, you no longer have the cap space, but you have young players that are going to be playing hopefully above their value. Like if you have a Zion, I mean, that's the value of getting draft picks, right? You're paying him $9 million a year. You hope that in 2-3 years he's playing like he's a $25 million player. That's what you hope, right? But then you still got all these other young players that you can make moves. You can make moves. If we get AD and we clean out our cupboard for AD and it's not working, where do we go? We stuck. That's just where I'm at with it. We stuck. And then we've done the same thing that we did over and over and over again.
You're talking about Anthony Davis, and outside of the injuries, and don't get me wrong, you have to weigh in the injuries.
Right.
You're talking about Anthony Davis, who his skill sets that they're better than KG's in KG's prime. This is the kind of player that we're talking about here.
I mean, I get that. I definitely get that.
25 years old. We're not talking about. We're talking about someone who could, with the right coaching, everything goes. You're talking about somebody that could be in your franchise for the next 7 to 10 years.
I get that. I understand it. I understand it. But you're also. I understand it. I understand it. But you're also talking about being able to. There's a lot of different ways that we can go. I'm just not always sure that that's going to be the right way to go. Selling out the entire farm. I don't know if that's the right way to go. Especially in 2020, right. He's going to opt out anyway.
Yeah, you're right. But let me just say this a little bit about Knox, okay? And I had this with you. You proclaimed Knox skill set better than KP way back when you said he was going to average 15, 16 points, and I was like,
he's not an efficient shooter. He's not an efficient shooter, but but go ahead.
But the thing with Knox that I think that with a lot of Knicks fans, it's not that he's just young. It's like it's the type of game that I see he plays. You understand what I'm saying? It's like the IQ level on a lot of areas. It's not where you want it to be, and it's not that it can't come. But it's like for just some things, I see him take some shots sometimes, and it's like, dude, this is not hot potato. You your hands.
I know. We can say that about just about every player that's in this league. We've seen KP do the same exact thing. Take some shots.
Yeah, but
why you shoot that?
Yeah, but he's our player, so we're critiquing our guy, and there's nothing wrong with us critiquing our guy.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. I've never had any problems with critiquing. I just don't think that we can say this guy is not going to be this or that within the first 50 games of their career. That's my problem. I don't care who it is in the NBA.
I'm not saying you wrong. All I'm saying is this: if you had an opportunity to maybe to get an AD and you have to put Knox in the deal, I'm not even thinking twice about that.
Well, but it's not just about
you got to go.
Right. It's not just about Kevin Knox. It's about the group of. It's about all the talent you have to give up. We're not talking about right now Wilson Chandler, Gallinari, and Timothy Mozgov. We're talking about more than that, just to make the salaries work. And Mitchell Robinson might even have to be in there to make the salaries work. You never know. We have a nice group of talent on this team. And I'm not saying we're gonna be pushing out all these all-stars on the team. I'm saying we have a nice group of talent, and we would be giving up a big portion of it. And that would include this year's first round pick and probably 2021 first round pick or whatever. And
no, they're not going to get. Perry and Mills are not going to get. I wouldn't trade this year's pick and Mitch Robinson in that deal Yeah, that's too
I mean,
much.
if you trying, but see, that's the thing. I'm gonna let you go, Anthony, because I'm gonna get on to some. I appreciate the call as usual, though.
All right, my brother.
All right, peace. And see, I think what a lot of people don't understand about the whole thing with Anthony Davis, if you're talking about putting together three people, Kyrie, KD, and Anthony Davis, then that means you're giving up your young guys because you got to make the salaries match. Anyway, I don't want to keep talking about the Anthony Davis trade. I want to talk about the kids we have here, and we're going to get into some prospect watch and talk about. We're going to start breaking down this draft a little bit. All right, let's go back to the video chat. All right, we're gonna run back over here to the video chat right quick and see what these guys are talking about, and then we're gonna start. We're gonna get into this draft watch thing real quick. All right, video chat is up. I didn't get to talk to my man Kareem. I didn't get a chance to talk to Romeo Dredd. So I'm gonna come to these guys. Kareem, I'm coming to you right now, man. Kareem, what's poppin', bro?
Cool.
What's poppin',
yes,
Kareem?
Indeed. Yo, man, first off, let me say this. Thank you very much. That's number one. Had to get out because I ain't gonna front. I was at work and I'm working and I'm watching the game. My supervisor's coming. I'm stashing my phone, pulling the game out, and I'm getting nervous. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting nervous because I'm like, I didn't really, personally, just my opinion. I didn't really want this win. I didn't want 3 in a row. I don't know. I'm getting a little scared though. Saying, but at the same time, I'm cool with the chips falling where they made and us getting the wins that we get. But the fact that we lost, I ain't mad. I'm not mad. Let me just say that, number one. Number two, I gotta get at the haters real quick. Let me get at Guillermo. I ain't gonna front though. You cooled him off though. He was getting me a little irritated. You know what I'm saying? All right, first of all, Guillermo's the Fizdale hater, and who's Mark is the Knox hater. So let me get to the Fizdale hater real quick. But like I said, you calmed him down. Remember that Fizdale came over, and people saying they wanted Budenholzer, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I wanted him. Well, you know what? He didn't want you. All right. He didn't want to go to a rebuild. So everybody just get off that whole bandwagon. Fizdale came through in a rebuild, you know what I'm saying, in a very unstable situation, and he stabilized the situation. So get a man some credit. So if he didn't start Mitchell Robinson, you know what I mean? Oh, because he's doing good. Well, you know what? Mitchell Robinson wasn't always doing good. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Fizdale's not the type of guy that's just going to do things because it looks good in the moment. He's a big picture guy. That's what people was failing to realize, that we have a guy that's going to be our Popovich, in my opinion, because he's doing things and he's getting results. Whether people agree with it or not, what he's doing, he's getting results. So that's addressing the Fizdale hater. Knox hater, Knox. Knox is 19 years old. We already know that. Knox had a growth spurt. You know what I'm saying? So most of his life, he was, you know, fairly tall kid, and now he's like really tall. So get a dude some time to get used to his height, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he's still growing. You know what I'm saying? So like when we got Knox, he was more like Antetokounmpo. You know what I mean? Like, so what he's doing right now, 19 years old, is kind of unprecedented. You know what I mean? So like, see the big picture, bro. You know what I mean? And at the same time, Fizdale got him on the court 30 minutes a game. Like he's doing everything that people wanted Hornacek to do with Ntilikina. You know what I'm saying? He's letting him learn in the game. So give Fizdale some credit and give Knox some credit for the fact that he's up for it, because you never see Knox looking down, regardless of how he plays. He always upbeat. All right, so I just wanted to get that out the way, address the haters. I mean, as far as you was talking about Ellison, hey man, that's our management. That's where we are right now. Like, people have to appreciate the fact that the Knicks is not a laughing stock no more, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got solid management, and they impressing other people around the league, other GMs, other coaches, and other players that are free agents. They see what we're doing. You know what I mean? So like, I know everybody got their own, opinions, but like, it just gets me so upset when I hear Knicks fans tearing down who we are. It's like self-hatred. Like, yo, we got analysts from other teams bigging up Knox. Like, oh, Knox look like a player. Then we got our own fans talking about, oh, he's not living up to what? He was picked 8. He's not the number 1 pick. You can't compare him to Anthony Bennett and all these guys. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get that off my chest, man, because it really drains me hearing people being so critical, and they're supposed to be fans. Like, y'all finally have something to be a fan about. You know what I'm saying? Because other people are watching us, and they're fans of what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like, we're solid. We're real. This is not a fluke right now. You know what I mean? So other than that, man, what you want to speak about right now?
Well, I mean, I just wanted to get your little, your take of what was going on in the game. I'm about to get into this prospect watch real quick.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna talk about, we're gonna talk about. We're gonna do one prospect watch every time we jump on. So right now we're gonna talk about Zion and talk about how he would fit in different lineups with the New York Knicks. But before I get to that, I'm gonna jump on with Romeo Dread. And then we're gonna get to this prospect watch. All right. Romeo, what's popping, man?
What's popping, brother? What's popping? I'm in the library today. I've been studying.
I see. Okay.
But I thought we was gonna pull this out today, man.
Me too.
I was kind of shocked, and that's crazy when the team ain't win 15 games all year. I'm shocked they lost.
Right. Right.
I was like, what happened? Dotson go down and that the foul and anyway.
Yeah.
I was listening to you and Mark, man. That was crazy. I don't know. He had his mind made up, man. There was nothing you was gonna say.
Right.
Nothing you was gonna say.
That's how it is. That's how it is with me and Mark sometimes. Listen, when KP got traded, peep this, right? When KP got traded, and I don't know if Mark is listening or not, but when KP got traded, I was trying to tell him that's his boy.
I remember.
And I was trying to tell him, I was like, look, KP wanted out. I didn't want to trade KP, but he wanted out, and we did a good job. We got back, like we set ourselves up for the future. And Mark just couldn't hear it. He was going off. He was wilding out. And then he gets back on. Like, he comes back in. Maybe it was that night. The next day.
I remember.
The next day,
suicide
he comes
watch.
back in. Right, we had him a suicide watch and everything. The next day, he comes in, and he's like, yo, Sim, man. He said, you know what I realized now? And then he starts saying everything that I said to him. I was like, Mark. That's what I was trying to get across to you. He was like, yo, but I couldn't hear it. I was so hurt. I was so upset. Yeah, that's how it is.
Yo, people don't realize how spectacular that move was. We got rid of a guy who didn't want to be here. We got rid of 2 contracts that we didn't think we could ever get rid of 2 in one deal.
Yeah.
In one deal.
Yeah.
Got rid of 2 of those contracts.
Yeah,
I love our management. I trust their talent evaluation. Mitch, Trier, and I was hyping Trier when they first picked him up. I don't know if you remember. I'm like, this guy's gonna be a freaking player.
Yeah.
So I trust their evaluation. I'll have to trust wherever we are what they pick. I have to trust what free agents they bring in. I love KD, but he's 31. 31.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but we need some muscle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We need an alpha in here.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely.
But I like the direction. I trust the management. And we gotta be real. We knew this was gonna be a rough season coming in. We knew Knox was a project. I think people got hyped up during the summer league, but he was playing with a bunch of kids too. Now he's playing with grown men, man. He's a baby.
Right.
And like we were saying, like you said, Calipari said, listen, don't judge him by this year. Don't even judge him by next season.
Exactly.
You gotta wait. T-Mac looked like he was lost when he first came in. Jermaine O'Neal looked like he was lost when he first came in. Paul George looked like he was lost when he first came in. Lowry looked like he was lost. Mm-hmm. Not everybody comes in like you. Who did you say? Brandon Jennings came in looking like a beast.
Like a beast.
Like he was the next thing.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Well,
is he even in the league now?
He ain't even in. He's not even in the league, man. He's not even in the league. Well, I'm gonna get back to the video chat. We're gonna get into this prospect watch.
Zion.
Right? Yeah, we
get him some real shoes, man.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Knox's Pumas blew out his leg, and now Zion's Nikes blew out his.
What's going on, man? Right. I guess we got to go to New Balance.
That's right, baby.
Guess we got to go get Kawhi's New Balance.
That's because I'm an older gentleman, though.
We're gonna get back. I'm gonna get back to the video chat, man. I'll be back to it.
Thank you for the
no doubt.
opportunity.
No doubt. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to. So what we're gonna do now? We're gonna do a prospect watch. All right, prospect watch. We're going to talk about prospects that are coming up for this draft. All right. So obviously, we're gonna start with the number one. What the consensus number one pick is, and we're gonna go down the list, and we're gonna talk about how they would fit with the New York Knicks. All right. So our first player, obviously, is Zion Williamson. All right, so give me a minute while I cue it up. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to get to this, we're going to get to prospect watch right now, Zion Williamson. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Prospect Watch. Zion Williamson, first prospect that we're going to review. 6'7", 285 pounds, forward for the Duke Blue Devils. He averages 21.6 points per game, 8.8 rebounds per game, and 2.2 assists per game. There's no doubt about it that you have seen Zion Williamson play, and you understand the intensity, the aggression, the power that he plays with. Now, I don't think anybody is disputing that Zion Williamson is he's not going to be a complete NBA player when he gets into the league, but he is a force, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with for years to come. So Zion Williamson is our first prospect, and we're going to talk about how he would fit with the New York Knicks. All right? How would Zion Williamson fit with the New York Knicks? And it's a question that bears to be taken. Because Zion Williamson, if he's the number one draft pick, if the Knicks get that number one draft pick, there's a lot of questions about what the Knicks will do. A lot of questions about what they'll do. Right? Will they keep him? Will they trade him? But let's take a deeper look at Zion Williamson. We're going to go to NBADraft.net and kind of break down Zion a little bit. Right? Break him down a little bit. I don't want to put video up because I put video up, they're probably going to hit me with the copyright. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm trying to do right now. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to break down Zion, and then we're going to look a little bit at how he would fit with the New York Knicks. All right? Zion Williamson, again, the forward. 6'7", 6'6", 6'7", power forward. The thing about Zion Williamson is that in the NBA, he's going to kind of be a tweener. He will be a small power forward. There's no doubt he has the body size of a power forward, but he's going to be small. Right? He's going to be small because he's 6'7". So what position is he going to play in the NBA? Is he going to be fast enough? There's no doubt he'll be strong enough. Is he going to be fast enough to guard threes in the NBA? Will he be strong enough to guard fours? Now, looking at his body size, and maybe he will grow. I'm looking in the chat. People say he's still growing. Maybe he will still grow. Looking at his body size, is he going to be able to guard fours? So, how is he going to work? He's a wing, no doubt about it. He's a wing, and he'll probably play in between the 3 and the 4 while he's in the NBA, depending on the matchups. A lot of teams go small anyway. So if if teams are going small, he can play the 4. He could probably play the 3, even if teams are going small. Right? Offensively, he averages 21.6 points per game at Duke. Offensively, he's got to work on his outside shot. Although he does shoot 68% from the field. Why does he shoot 68% from the field? Because he's going to the rack dunking on people. So obviously, he's going to shoot a high percentage. All right. Athleticism, you see it ranked by NBADraft.net. His athleticism is off the charts. Okay, Zion Williamson, his athleticism is a 10. Size, they got him ranked at 7 as far as size is concerned, and that's because going into the NBA, we don't know what he's going to be. If he's going to be, is he going to be a power forward, or is he going to be a small forward? That's an issue there. Defense, he's rated an 8. He seems to be a decent defensive player in college. NBA is a different game, obviously. Strength, listen, we seen the guy bust out of his shoes because he planted his foot so hard. He busted out of his shoes. Was it Nike or was it Zion? He should have been playing in LeBron's, though. Playing in a shoe that's made for the extra, that has the extra reinforcement. Strength. I mean, and that's the reason why. And I'm looking in the chat. King E161 said yes, he can guard the 4. And yeah, because he's strong, and that's part of the reason why people would say he could definitely guard the 4 because he's strong, right? And I'm not saying that he can't. I'm just asking the question and putting it out there. All right. Quickness is rated a 9. Definitely got quickness. Leadership. He feels like a leader when he's on the court. Seems like a leader. Obviously, we don't know what happens in the locker room and all that kind of stuff, but I feel like he's a leader. Jump shot, he's rated a 7. He's got a lot to work on his jump shot, obviously. He's got a lot to work there, but his form isn't broken. And for all intents and purposes, everything that I hear about him, he's a hard worker. But I have no doubt that he can develop his jump shot. NBA ready? Is he NBA ready? Yes, he is. He's NBA ready. There's no doubt about it. Rebound, he's a decent rebounder. Potential, they got potential at a 9. I don't know why they wouldn't put it at a 10, but they got it, potential at a 9. Should be a 10. Point skills, post skills, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said point skills. Post skills, he's got some work to do in that area in the post game. Listen, he's a young kid. He's 19 years old. He's got to define his game. He's got to define it. He's got to work on some go-to moves and then work on some counters to those go-to moves. All right? He's got a lot to work on in that area. And then the intangibles. He has the intangibles. They have him rated 100 overall, and every single board across the country that I've seen has Zion Williamson rated number 1 and would go number 1 in the draft. Right? We'll see, we'll see what happens with the Knicks. And if the Knicks land that number 1 spot, if the Knicks land that number 1 spot and they keep Zion, we're going to go over some scenarios. We're going to look at some things. All right, we're going to look at some things. Prospect watch. We're doing a prospect watch right now, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell. Get a notification anytime that I go live, right? Share this for me, please. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever. Share it. Hit me with a thumbs up. All right. Now, let's move on. Let's talk about how he would fit with the New York Knicks, all right? Because if the Knicks draft Zion Williamson, there are a few different scenarios. But we're going to assume, let's just assume that the Knicks draft Zion, and then we come in and he comes into training camp with the team. There is no KD. There is no Kyrie. We have the team we have now. Let's take a look at that. And I know some people are probably saying, yo, that's blasphemy and all that kind of craziness. That's what we're going to do. We're going to look at it, the team now, right? And, you know, you may agree or disagree with the lineups that I'm going to put on the floor. But let's take a look at it and let's see. All right. We got the nothing but Knicks court right here. Okay. And let's take a look and see where he would fit. Let's start off at the point guard spot. Now, this is assuming we make no other moves. We draft Zion. We come in. You got Dennis Smith Jr. at the point guard spot. Okay. You got Damian Dotson at the shooting guard spot. Now, here's where we come to a dilemma, I guess I would say. Or maybe it's not a dilemma at all. Maybe they're able to work off of one another, right? Maybe they can each, you know, one guy's at the 4, one guy's at the 3, whenever, however, they can be interchangeable. So let's say Kevin Knox at the 3 for right now. But we can move these guys around. So then where does Zion Williamson fit? At the 4? Right? Now we're young, right? We're going with a young squad. Bam, Mitchell Robinson at the 5. So here's this lineup right there. You're looking at it. Dennis Smith Jr., Damian Dotson, Kevin Knox, Zion Williamson, Mitchell Robinson. Now, it is possible these two guys can interchange, right? Kevin Knox, he can move around. So maybe he goes to the 4. Zion, boom. Now maybe he can come up here to the 3. Looking at these, you know, this is how it could fit. Young lineup. Dennis Smith Jr., 21 years old. Damian Dotson, what's he, 24, 25 years old. Kevin Knox right now, 19. Next year will be 20. Zion Williamson, what is he, 19 years old. Mitchell Robinson, 20 years old. Next year will be 21. A very young squad. Would this be the starting squad? I don't know. Maybe. Fizz kids for sure, though. Tell you that. Young squad. Now, that's one squad. Right? That's one squad. Where would he fit? I don't know. You tell me. Would he be the 3? Would he be the 4? Or would it just be that he's interchangeable? And he can go between the 3 and the 4. Right? I'm thinking, you know, with the way that Fizdale wants to play, it would be more of an, you know, they would interchange. There would really be no Zion, you're the 4, Kevin Knox, you're the 3. I think it would more than likely be that they would interchange. Right? And move around. Okay. Now let's look at something. Let's look at something else now. Let's say the Knicks do get lucky in free agency. Right? And we're able to get, who we talking about? Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Let's just say, all of a sudden, things look a little bit different in that lineup, right? And I'm assuming that you keep Zion. I'm assuming that we keep Zion, okay? And so I'm keeping Zion there. That's what I'm assuming happens, that we keep Zion. So we drafted Zion. Zion's on the court. Now, we don't make a trade for Anthony Davis, but we do sign Kyrie Irving. Right? We signed Kyrie. So now you got Kyrie at the 1. All right. Now we got to think. Okay, we got Kyrie Irving at the 1. Do we still have Damian Dotson at the 2? Maybe someone comes in free. Maybe, we get a veteran that comes because we're still going to assume that we got KD, right? So let's go ahead and put KD on the board. Bam, you got KD. So now you're looking. You got Kevin Durant. You got Kyrie Irving. You got Zion Williamson, right? That's a strong three right there. Now, who fits where? Is it Zion at the 4? Is it KD at the 3? Or do these guys switch? Or can they just be interchangeable? Right? I'm thinking in this lineup, maybe you're going to put KD. KD's got the length. Maybe you're going to put KD at the 4. Let's move these guys around. All right, we're going to move these guys around real quick. Put them at the 3. We'll put KD at the 4. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you got Kyrie and you got KD, Mitchell Robinson is not going to be starting at center. Who's starting? Is going to be DeAndre Jordan, right? DeAndre Jordan is going to start at center if we're able to get Kyrie, KD, and so on. Now, who's our shooting guard? Based on who you have on the team right now, in my opinion, it's still going to be Damian Dotson. He's a defender. He fits with this group very well, in my opinion. He does not need the ball. He can run off screens, right? He plays defense. He can rebound the ball. He's a decent rebounder. He fits with this group very well. Now, looking at this group, I don't know. What do you think about that group there? Look at this group right here. And then you still got off the bench, right? If you sign Kyrie, you sign KD, you don't make any moves to get Anthony Davis, you still got Dennis Smith Jr., right? That can come off the bench, and you see him hiding behind Kyrie. So let's move him to the side. Still got Dennis Smith Jr. there, right? Coming off the bench at that point guard spot. We still got Kevin Knox, right? Let's grab Kevin Knox, Kevin Knox that can go between the 3 and the 4, right? You still got Mitchell Robinson. Let's slide him from behind DeAndre Jordan. There we go. We slide him. So now we got our center. That's a strong 8. That's a strong 8 players right here. And then you still got Alonzo Trier. You got Frank Ntilikina. Right? Who else you got? You still got players. This is, our bench is super young. Our bench would be super young, right? You would have Dennis Smith Jr. would be a 3rd-year player. Kevin Knox, Mitchell Robinson would be a 2nd-year player, right? Damian Dotson. I mean, that's our bench. Looking at this starting group, Damian Dotson is a 3rd-year player in this starting group. Zion Williamson would be a 2nd-year player, a 1st-year player in this group. Then you got your 3 vets, and Kyrie, KD, Dennis, DeAndre Jordan. You'd have to add in a couple other vets though, because with Frank Ntilikina, 3rd year, Alonzo Trier, 2nd year, you would have Lance Thomas, another veteran. But you need some veterans. If you got this group, you need some veterans that are getting some minutes. Right? You would need a couple vets that are getting minutes. So now you're talking, pulling in some other vets on veteran minimum deals or whatever it is that can fit in with this group so we can get some minutes. All right? Now, when I'm looking at that there, ladies and gentlemen, that's assuming that we make no trades for Anthony Davis. Okay, make no trades for Anthony Davis. Now, what could happen? We could draft Zion, and then boom, we trade him for Anthony Davis. I've been arguing about it. You know how I feel about it. I'm not big on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not big on it at all. But let's take a look at it. Let's say that happens. All right, we're gonna bring this back over here. Let's say it happens. Let's say we do make the trade for Anthony Davis. What's that mean? If we make the trade for Anthony Davis, Zion Williamson is gone. He's no longer there. Right? But now, let's take KD. You move him. You're going to put him at the 3. Okay, now this is assuming that we trade for Anthony Davis and you got Kyrie Irving and you get Kevin Durant. Now, who comes along? Bang, Anthony Davis. Now we traded for Anthony Davis. Right? Damian Dotson may still be in that lineup as that shooting guard. Now you see these guys on the screen. Now, let's be realistic. Zion is already gone. Dennis Smith Jr., gone. Kevin Knox, gone. I don't know about Mitchell Robinson. I'm not ready to say Mitchell Robinson is gone. Frank Ntilikina, gone. Alonzo Trier, maybe gone. Mitchell Robinson could be gone too. I don't know. But in signing some of these guys, the way that Scott Perry did, you know, hopefully he could throw some of those guys in there to help make the salaries match. So let's assume for right now that Mitchell Robinson remains on the team. Kevin Knox, Zion Williamson, Frank Ntilikina, Dennis Smith Jr., all gone from the team. Alonzo Trier probably as well. All right, so now who you got? You got Lance Thomas, who's not here on the board. But I can, you know, this is what I can do. We'll put him up here. Right. And then, you know, because maybe he's still there. I don't know. We'll put him up there. Lance Thomas. Right. But this is a pretty strong starting 5. Without a doubt. That's a tough starting 5. Then we got to worry about depth. Got to worry about the depth. Right? And filling in depth with some vets. I don't know. We'll see how it happens. But anyway, that's how things work with Zion. If he's here, you've seen the lineups. If he's not here, then, you know, this could be the possible lineup that you're looking at on the screen right now. You know. So we'll see what happens when it comes to Zion Williamson. But anyway, Zion is the consensus #1 pick. And it is very possible that the Knicks get that #1 pick, ladies and gentlemen. I want to know what you think. Am I crazy? Tripping? You know what I'm saying? And listen, the little board I put up here, it's going to get better. Yeah, I put it together. It's going to get better. It's not going to look as cheesy as it looks today. It's going to look better than this. I promise you that. It's going to look better than this, all right? We're going to make it look better than that so it doesn't look so cheesy out here. You know, we're going to make it look pretty good. But anyway, that's the Nothing But Knicks Court. And you're going to watch that Nothing But Knicks Court grow. I want to get your feedback, though, ladies and gentlemen. I want to know what you think about those lineups and how it looks. You know, I don't know if they were paying attention in the video chat. But before I get to that, let me just give a quick shout out. Quick shout out to Hotep Rel. Said, we don't need Kyrie. If we can land AD without giving up the first pick, I'm all in. That would be our 2 max stars, Zion, AD, and KD. Keep Dennis Smith Jr. Trade Knox, Mitch, Frank, Dotson, and Zoe. Okay. Hotep, again, thank you for the super chat. He says, Smith, Frank, Knox, Zion, Mitch. Our defense would be great. Yeah, you might be right about that. What's that? But anyway, that's our prospect watch for the day. And we'll be back and doing another prospect watch on, well, after the Knicks' next game. And we'll talk about R.J. Barrett. We're going to go on down the line and talk about him. We're going to get into it a little bit. Maybe next time we'll check out some calories and all that kind of stuff works as well. All right. So let's get to the appearing. See what these guys think. See if these guys were paying attention. I'm not sure if they were paying attention or not. All right, but we're going to go ahead and get to the appearing, right? And see what these guys think about what I threw up on the screen. And we're going to do that right now. All right, here we go. We are back in effect. Let's see. I don't know. I'm going to see who I was coming to. It looks like maybe Mark was paying attention. Maybe he was not paying attention to what I threw up on the screen. Let's see what's going on. Mark, I'm coming to you, bro. Mark, what's good?
What's good, bro?
Did you see what I threw up on the screen a little earlier?
Listen. Everything you put up, that's in my mind.
Okay.
I said everything you put up, that's in my mind, and I hope that happens.
Which one? I had like 3 different lineups up there.
The one you just got rid of, the last one.
The last one.
Yes.
That's the one you was looking at. Okay. I mean, that's a strong. Yes. Hey, listen. Let's be real. I was looking at it, man. That's a strong lineup. That lineup is not a joke.
Sin, look. I want to stop you for a second. We took Kyrie from Boston. We took Kevin Durant. Bro, no one could guard this man. And then you put Anthony Davis. Who is going to guard us? Honestly. Just think about it. That is 3 of the top 15 these are superstars, not all-stars, not borderline. These are superstars. These are players that are efficient in the biggest stage when it's given.
I feel you. I hear you.
There's no way when KD come, he's gonna have a lot of hearsay in the organization. I'm letting y'all know right now. That's how I feel right now. I feel like he's gonna have a lot of hearsay of who he want to play with and how you want things run. That's how I feel it. Because right now, if you look at how he's doing things, he's doing everything LeBron James is doing. Just look at his career. He's doing everything. He's just doing it better. He's just doing it better.
Oh, we'll see,
and
man. All right, so just tell me what you think about some of the other lineups, though. Right, you had the younger lineup with Dennis Smith Jr., Damian Dotson, Kevin Knox, Zion Williamson, Mitchell Robinson. Obviously, they're not gonna win at a young age, at such a young age. But that is a strong nucleus, is it not?
No, it is. But let me ask you a question now, because this plays a big role. Because this is happening with Kyrie in Boston. When Kevin Durant arrives here, remember when I talked about how when KP comes back, we're on KP's timeline. We're gonna be on Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and Anthony Davis' time. Well, it's more Kevin Durant's timeline. So I don't think he's gonna have the somewhat patience to playing with younger players. He's gonna want more seasoned players. Because Kevin Durant is looking to get more rings than LeBron James. That is his goal. And he knows if he comes, the only reason why he's coming here, he knows if he comes here and if he completes what I think he completes, then there will be no more LeBron talk. There will be no more. There will be no more. Just think about it, Sim. Just about how just think about how the news will be when the Knicks is good. No one's going to remember that Cleveland ring. No one's going to care about LeBron in LA. It's all over. Because when the biggest city in the world gets on top with those 3 megastars, Jesus Christ. I hope y'all ready, because y'all got me hyped.
Okay.
Y'all got me hyped.
I feel you. All right.
Y'all got me hyped because, and listen, just to have Mitch and AD together, Just think about him playing behind AD instead of DeAndre Jordan. And then say if AD want to leave in 4 years, we have Mitch. And then if Mitch become good, by the time AD might want to leave in 4 years, he goes somewhere, we will have Mitch. It's not like AD is 30, he's 25.
You're right.
We have him for 4 years. Right. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, while we have these megastars, we could plug and play other players. Dotson could get seasoned. You know, and we don't even have to worry about free agents coming here, because people don't want to come here because they want to live in New York. They love the lifestyle. They just don't love the team being bummed. Because it's their job at the end of the day. They don't want to come to work losing night and night. So if they come with Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and winning from night to night and having money in New York, I tell people, when you're a millionaire in New York, it's a total different thing. It's just different when you have money in New York.
Yeah, you're right. All right, I'm gonna come over to John G, man, and see what he thinks about the lineups we put up there on the floor, up there on the screen. John G, what do you think? Did you get a chance to see him?
Nah, I didn't get the chance to see the lineup.
Okay, so I'll tell you what I had up there. I had, let's say the Knicks draft Zion.
Okay.
And they strike out on the agency. You're talking about Dennis Smith Jr. at the 1, Damian Dotson at the 2, Kevin Knox at the 3, Zion at the 4. Those two guys are probably interchangeable, and then Mitchell Robinson at the 5. What do you think about that? I mean, I think that's a pretty strong young nucleus. And then off the bench, you still got Frank. You still got maybe Moutier. You got Alonzo Trier. Some of the young guys that we just saw. You got a pretty strong nucleus, I think.
Yeah, I kind of like the lineup. It's a good lineup for the future. It's nothing that you're going to win 40 to 50 games in the East and make the playoffs, but it's something to build on. It's something to give Fizz something to work with.
Right. And it's not gonna. It wouldn't be next year, but it'd be a starting point. It'd be your foundation. And then let's say the Knicks do get KD and Kyrie. Right, you're talking about Kyrie at the 1, Damian Dotson probably still at the 2, which I think he would fit with this lineup really well. KD and Zion Williamson interchanging between the 3 and the 4, and then DeAndre Jordan, I'm assuming would come on and be at the 5, right? And then you still got a bench of Kevin Knox, Dennis Smith Jr., Mitchell Robinson, Frank Ntilikina, Alonzo Trier. You know, you still got a bench. You got a bench of guys that can come in and play. You'd have to put some veterans around, so that you can have a chance. So your bench can be a little bit deeper, and you can come off the bench with some guys that know how to get it done in crunch time. But I think that would be a pretty formidable squad in the East.
I think it'd be a good formidable squad, considering there's only a handful of dominant good teams on the East.
Yeah,
that's in the top tier. I've still been preaching that if we get KD and Kyrie, I don't draft Zion. I say we draft a shooting guard, one that can play both sides of the ball. Maybe a Jared Collier, or maybe even throw R.J. Barrett. Depends on where you fall in the draft.
Right now, see, the thing is, we're gonna draft before we can sign anybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I guess it all depends on how you feel. If KD's coming, if Kyrie is, depending on how you feel, and if he wants to come to New York or stay in Boston. I guess it's all, you got to check the temperature on that one. But
yeah,
I think any squad at this point in time, or the future squads work for me, just as long as Fizz does what he does. I feel like he's making a pot of gumbo, like I told everybody else, putting a little bit of this in and put a little bit of that. So just as long as you give him the right ingredients, I think he can make a tasty dish.
Okay. All right. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Let me get around, see what some other people are thinking. Kareem, I don't know if you got a chance to see the lineups that I threw up on the screen.
For me?
Yeah.
Hold on. Sam, you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Oh no, I didn't see the lineups.
All right, so I had a couple of scenarios. One, if we draft Zion Williamson and we do not sign anyone in the offseason, I'm looking at the lineups. It was Dennis Smith Jr., Damian Dotson, Kevin Knox, Zion Williamson, and Mitchell Robinson. I think that's a pretty strong nucleus to start building with. And you still got your free agent money. Now, let's say we do sign Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Now you're talking Kyrie, Damian Dotson at the 2, Kevin Durant and Zion interchanging between the 3 and the 4, and then DeAndre Jordan at the 5. And then you still got a bench of Kevin Knox, Dennis Smith Jr., Frank Ntilikina, Alonzo Trier, Mitchell Robinson. Still got you a bench. They're young. It's a young bench, but you got your little bench to grow with. See, I'm liking this second one. And then the third one is where you trade that first pick. You got Kyrie, you got KD, you got Anthony Davis, maybe Damian Dotson at the 2. Kevin Durant at the 4, right? And then you got I'm sorry, hold on. You got Kyrie Irving, you got Damian Dotson at the 2, Kevin Durant at the 3, Anthony Davis at the 4, DeAndre Jordan at the 5. Now that's a very, very strong lineup. I can't front. I mean that lineup right there is tough. But then you have no depth because you're giving up Kevin Knox, probably Frank Ntilikina, Dennis Smith Jr. You might keep Mitchell Robinson, maybe giving up Alonzo Trier. You have no depth now. Now you got to go out and find you a bench.
Well,
it's tough between.
I don't know, man. You know what, man. One thing I got to keep harping back on, man. I trust management, and you know what? All things considered, just from the talent that I've seen that played for the Knicks, that's in their under their umbrella right now, I think they're prepared for any 3 of those scenarios. Because let's just say that does happen, and we were to make and get rid of all those young guys, which I don't want to happen. I'm just in that scenario. Still got Kadeem Allen, right? Still got John Jenkins, right? Mm-hmm. Still got Henry Ellison. All 3 of those guys on contract next year, if we choose to, operate and pick up their second option. At the same time, those are young guys that if they continue to play well for the rest of the season, we might be able to supplement some of those guys and hold on to some of the other young guys that we want. Like it gives them options because all these guys can play. They're proven. So either way, if we have to get rid of these young guys, we still got, like I said, Kadeem Allen, Ellison, and John Jenkins to fill out the bench if we did go that route. So that's how I see that third scenario taking care of itself. But like I said, I don't know, man. These guys, they seem like they ready for whatever. I mean, as far as Perry and these guys.
Yeah. It's ready for anything.
Like, how y'all want to do it? We got something for anything.
Right. Set up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. Let me get around. Come over here to Romeo Dread. Then I'm gonna get the white.
I want Kawhi, man, but but there's no buzz. I want Kawhi and whoever else.
That's what you're saying, Romeo. You want Kawhi? I feel you. Yeah, I think Kawhi is probably going to. I feel.
Yeah, there's no buzz.
Yeah. Yeah, but did you get a chance to see the lineups that I threw up there?
Nah, but I heard it. I heard it. You know.
You got the young lineup. What's your take?
I like the scenario number 2.
Yeah, I like that too. I like scenario number 2 too, man. I ain't gonna lie.
But beggars can't be choosers, right?
Scenario number 2 is serious.
I like that.
It's serious.
I could go to sleep at night with a smile on my face.
Right.
Besides other things, of course. But, during basketball season, that'll be another reason to smile.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Couple months.
I'm excited.
Man. We got a couple months to look at it, man. Couple months to look at it. Yeah.
Well, I was talking earlier. What do you think about Boogie, man? If we can't get somebody else, what about Boogie and
Yeah, I'm not sure. I
Kawhi.
don't know. Oh man. I don't know, man. I haven't even seen Boogie play that much this year. I haven't watched.
He's
Boogie
back.
play that
He's
much.
back. He's just started. He's been playing a few games.
Yeah. I haven't even watched him that much to know, exactly what's happening and what's going down.
He's coming in slowly. But I'm going to agree with Kareem. I don't think there's going to be any panic. I trust this group. I like their talent choices, their evaluation. I like their decisiveness, and say, okay, we got to let this go.
Mm-hmm.
And when we let it go, we're going to gain something from it. Right. We're not just throwing it out the window. We're not throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Right.
Again, that trade was genius.
Yeah.
I like KP, but he didn't want to be here, and we got rid of those contracts and got a number 1 pick in DSJ.
Yeah.
So I trust this group. I should say group. I trust Perry. I trust Perry, and I'm excited to see what they do. Like we said last time, if we drop to number 5, I'm almost like, let's trade the pick and try to stack something for the next year or the year after. Build some number 1s, man.
If we drop the number 5, that's gonna be it's gonna be a scenario. Yeah, we'll see what's up with that. That's gonna be
yeah.
All right, well, let me get around
2,
to these
1, and 3.
Yeah. Let me get around to these guys, man, because we about to end it. We about to call it a night.
Yeah.
Right,
some of y'all got to work in the morning.
Yeah, it's 1:30. Been on for 2.5 hours, man. You know what? I'm lucky. I don't have any. I don't have any clients I got to work with tomorrow, so I can chill for a little bit. So that's cool.
I got my first retirement check today.
Oh, that's right. Congratulations.
My first retirement check, baby.
Congratulations, my man. No doubt.
It's all good.
Congratulations. That's what's up.
All
Gotta
good,
feel
man.
good. Yeah. I know you feel good. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
That's
baby.
what's up. Congrats.
All right,
Congratulations. All right, let me get around. White chocolate, what's poppin', man? We don't got a lot of time.
Hey, hold up, Mark. Yo.
What's going on, man? Yeah, I can hear you, bro. We don't have a lot of time. We about to end this off in a second, but yeah, what's popping?
Hey, man, listen. Zion need to get off them LeBrons or PGs or whatever. He need to cop himself a pair of Shaqs because that's exactly who he is. He's like he's baby Shaq, man. He's big as hell. 285, 6'7". I don't know, man. I feel like he should. I feel like his best position would be like a small ball 5. Don't you think so? I mean, I don't know if he's gonna be quick enough to, or his feet is gonna be quick enough for to stop the threes. And I don't know if I think 4s will get him in foul trouble. But I mean, I think his best position would be at the 5, undersized 5. I think
an undersized 5. I mean, he's only like 6'7".
Yeah, 6'7". Yeah. I mean, yeah, but he's big. I feel like with his strength, he can box out. He can get rebounds still. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I will put him at the 5 because we have Mitch, but I feel like that's where he'll best operate in, either at the 4 or at the 5. I feel like his ceiling is like a Shaq slash like is like a Shaq Charles Barkley type of hybrid. And his floor, I feel like, could either go 2 ways. It could either go the Zebo route if he gets injuries and he loses his athleticism, but he still has the size. It could either go the Zebo route, or it could go the Draymond Green route, where, yeah, he's athletic, he's physical, but maybe he can't, Because right now he's a man amongst boys. So what if he goes into the league and he sees other men around him and he's not as effective as he would be? So I don't know. I think those are two very realistic possibilities. I think when it comes to getting AD or Kyrie, I feel like we should try to get them just so LeBron doesn't get them. Because I think if Kyrie doesn't go to New York, I think he's going to LA. I don't think he's staying in Boston. I think there's a very, very real chance of him going to the Lakers. I don't know if we can get AD. I would trade most of the farm except Mitchell. I would trade anyone else but Mitchell. He would probably be the only untouchable. And yeah, man. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Let me get to my man down here in the A's hat.
All
right, my man down here. Hey, what's up,
what's
bro?
Up?
How you feeling?
What's up, bro? I'm all right, man. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm Todd, man, from Jamaica, Queens, man. But I just wanted, to give a little quick insight. I seen what you did with the little chart thingy. Mm-hmm. I like what you did with lineup too, with KD, Zion, Kyrie, Dotson, and DeAndre. If you take like, chance to really like look at it and stuff, like I feel like Kyrie and KD want to come to the Garden specifically for like the energy and the excitement and their playing styles. Kyrie with his handles and his running the floor, KD on the wing shooting the threes, And I feel like Zion, those type of young players, flying down the court with them, would definitely be good for them. And I think about longevity too, because Kyrie definitely do struggle with injuries too. So you would keep Dennis Smith to back him up. You have your young boys and still like Frank, just in case, a guy like Dotson is not performing well, you could interchange them with the two and Tria, especially with DeAndre and Mitch. So I like what you was doing with lineup too. And I'm just not big on, giving up young pieces just for a superstar talent. I mean, we did that with Melo, and you see he didn't really get too much, far or whatever. So I like lineup number 2 or whatever.
Yeah, and that's what I like. That's what I like. I like that number 2 lineup. I think that gives us the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? We still get a couple stars. We still got young stars.
Like longevity too, man. Longevity. You think about it. If we sign these guys to 4-year contracts, you think about it. We still got our young guys who's 20 and 21. They'll be fully developed, battle trained, and battle tested too. Ain't just being around KD and Kyrie. Look what DeAndre's doing for Mitchell's game already.
Exactly. So, hey, that's the perfect way to end it off. I know Mark don't like that. But that's the perfect way to end it off right there, man. Mm-hmm. We go on a West Coast trip. We going on a West Coast trip in next week. All right. I want to get your take. On this West Coast trip. What do you think? I'm gonna tell you who we play coming up. We play. We starting our March schedule. So Sunday we play the Clippers. Then Monday we go to we play in Sacramento. That's gonna be 2 tough teams, both fighting for playoff position. Well, the Sacramento's fighting for playoff
Not really
positioning.
The Clippers.
Not really the Clippers. They kind of fell off. Then we go to Phoenix, right? Then we're back home for Sacramento on Saturday. Yeah. Then we got some tough ones. We got Minnesota, Indiana, San Antonio. Can we get one? Going on this West Coast trip? Do you think?
I feel like the one that we are going to get is the one that we don't want to get, and that's the one that's going to be in Phoenix.
That's the Phoenix one, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's the one in Phoenix, and I feel like that's the one that we don't want it, because if you look into how like is shaking up for the rest of the schedule, because I did look at the rest of the schedule for the season. Mm-hmm. We played Chicago, I believe, a couple of times, and we play Phoenix, and I believe we have one more game against the Cavs. I'm not sure, but yeah, the rest of the games I really don't see us winning. I really don't.
Yeah, we played Chicago twice. No, I don't see the Cavs up here anymore. I think tonight was the last one with the Cavs.
Yeah, we played Detroit, I believe, a couple of times. I see we playing a lot of playoff teams in the rest of our schedule.
Yeah, a lot of playoff
or at least teams that's fighting for playoff position.
Right.
So I feel like if we do squeeze some ones, it's gonna be like a couple of upsets, like that San Antonio game, like where we just come out fighting hard. But I don't know about the West Coast trip, man.
Yeah, let me see. The first two games, the Clippers, maybe that might be winnable right now. That might be winnable. Sacramento and Phoenix. See what happens. See what we do. Playing against teams that's fighting for playoff spots, I want to see us do well. You know what I mean? I want to see us do well.
Definitely, and it definitely is big for our young players' morale in that locker room too.
That's right.
Because they know these teams are playing for playoff positions. So how big is it when LeBron and them come to the Garden and then they play spoiler for LeBron a little bit?
Exactly. No doubt. Well, Ty, I appreciate you calling in, man. I definitely want you to keep joining into the appearing. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt,
Blessing
man.
us with a little bit of knowledge.
I definitely be in tune, man. I'll definitely try and call it more, bro.
Oh, for sure. All right, man. I'm gonna give everybody, a chance to just go ahead and give me some last words. I'm gonna get around to the rest of the guys, and then I'm out.
All right, man. Peace. All right.
Peace. All right. Yeah, love it when new people come into the chat. White Chocolate, man, you want to give us some quick last words so we can get up out of here?
Hold up.
Couple last words so we can get up out of here, White Chocolate?
Oh. Hello?
Yeah, I'm right here, man.
Yeah, man. You know what? Good loss tonight. Good effort. That's what I like to see more. 2 wins was good. Keep it at that. The Knicks have a tendency of always beating the Spurs and then going on a run and then playing themselves out of a pick. I think that's Pop's mind trick. Every time he comes to the Garden, he lets the Knicks win one, and then we get all hyped, and then we end up going on a 3-4 game win streak or something, and then next thing you know, we got the 5th pick or the 6th pick, or we win ourselves out of what we were meant to do this year. I think we have a lot of potential. We have a lot of good guys. Hopefully the off season goes well for us. Hopefully we can make some moves that is going to position us to not just for KD's prime and not just for Kyrie's prime, but for the next decade. So, I have a lot of faith in the front office. I have a lot of faith in Fizz. I hope he continues to lose. Depending on the record, if we come against a Western, a West Coast team that's playing for the top for home court, I wouldn't mind if he lets the boys loose a little bit, trash a couple of teams, beat a couple of teams from the West Coast, just so we can let free agents know that, hey, we're only losing because we have to, or else if we're allowed to play like this every night, we could do stuff our own. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens.
Man. All right, have a good weekend, man. I'll catch you Sunday.
All right, bro. You too,
right,
Sim.
Peace.
All right, peace.
All right, Mark, give us some last words, man. Give us some last words.
Listen, man, I just want to show you a lot of love. It's kind of nice to come on here. I can argue with you from time to time and get people riled up. Sometimes I like to poke the bear sometimes. It's all good, but it's all out of love.
It's all good, but no doubt, definitely, always.
Listen, like I said, y'all, we ain't cracking 20 wins. I said that from the beginning of the start. But as long as we play hard and do our thing, I'm fine with it. I'm not with the tanking, but bro, we didn't tank all the way not to get the first round pick. That would be something the Knicks should have done years ago instead of picking players out the litter out of their prime and stuff like that. So let's just do what we got to do this season, and then the summer's ours. I'm trying to be excited for y'all. I'm trying to be where y'all was at when KP got traded. Yeah, I was hurt. I'm trying to be where y'all at. I'm trying to be open-minded now.
Yo.
And people coming at me.
Yo, Mark, people,
I don't know what y'all want.
It ain't like people was happy. People didn't want KP to be traded. Maybe there was a couple, but people didn't want him to be traded, man.
You see, people forgot about KP, son. He's gone. So I'm trying to enlighten myself while, I'm just trying to enlighten myself in this team. I'm just thinking about that scenario, if all this happens, and how we could be in the finals after just 1 year of just 20 years of just.
All right, let's go a step at a time. Let's go a step at a time. Let's finish the season first. Let's take it a step at a time. Huh?
Listen. Open up that cap. Y'all did it to me. It ain't my fault. Y'all did it to me.
Golly.
Y'all did it to me. I'm just trying to be happy for this team, man, and trying to do. But Scott Perry, listen. Let me tell y'all something. Shout out to Prince, because Black Wall Street, that is the perfect name for him, because the way he's moving and signing players and getting them coming here playing with potential, boy, oh boy, I see his vision.
They're doing their thing. They're really doing their thing.
I don't want to put Mills. This is all Scott. Forget Mills. Mills scarred me forever, because I went back and looked today at the salary cap. I said, imagine if we didn't get Tim Hardaway off. We'd have had it for 2 more years, bro. Yo, I looked at the last. It was 18.5.
Yeah, that'd have been rough. That'd have been rough. Real rough.
But I know we got Clippers. Clippers is just tough, man. They athletic. They just go getters.
Yeah, Clippers, Sacramento, and Phoenix.
Yeah. No, they ain't playing. They trying to get into the playoffs, bro. So the Knicks got to tread. Like I said, I just wanna watch the growth of the young guy, especially Mitch. Mitch is the bright spot. He's the bright spot. Knicks continue not to sleep. I just don't want him to sleep. Until he stops sleeping, I'm gonna have a problem with him, because he just reminded me of Andrew Wiggins, and I was a big Andrew Wiggins fan. And that is his main problem, is that sleeping thing, man. If he could cut that out, I'll be fine with it. Until he cut that out, if he don't cut that out, I'm gonna come down on him. I'm sorry. He needs to.
Well, there's nothing wrong with coming down on him. Ain't nothing wrong with coming down on him.
That's all.
Hopefully Fizdale's coming down on him.
I didn't say the boy not talented. That motor just bothers me. That's it.
All right.
But other than that, man, listen, man. It was a great win tonight. You know what I mean?
Lost tonight.
It was a great win. Nah, that was a win for us tonight, because I was rooting for Cleveland to come back. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was eating my chicken sandwich. I said, Cleveland better not piss me off tonight. And they didn't. They did a good job.
All right, man.
They did a good job.
I'll catch you
Sunday. Good night, y'all.
All right, peace.
Peace.
All right, Romeo Dread. Couple
man.
Words, man.
Mark, man, KP dumps him and he can't get over it.
He can't get over it. That man is hurting. Heart still bleeding over it.
Yo, but the girl leaves, you gotta just, cut your losses. You can't be lamenting and like, damn, I wish she stayed.
Right.
I wish she stayed. We got rid of KP and got the wedding ring back. The engagement ring back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They usually take the ring with them.
Right.
We got the ring back, man. So
that's it.
I wish KP all the success in the world. All I can say is, he made a mistake. I don't care if he win the ring in Dallas. Winning the ring in New York ups Dallas.
Yeah.
I was saying to someone, if Duncan won like he won in New York, like he won in San Antonio, if he won in New York that way, please. We already know he's one of the best ever. He'd be, come on.
It'd be ridiculous.
Come on, man. And that's why I think KD would come here. Because I don't care how many rings he win in Golden State. One in New York blows all those out the fucking window. Excuse my friend. Blow them all out the window, man. Because
I feel
listen,
man.
It's Golden State. And I love Oakland. I got peeps in New York.
I hear you.
It don't have the weight of New York. Right. And I just want to end with this. 15 block 3-pointers, Mitchell Robinson. 15.
You say 15.
That's got to be a record.
15. I mean, he's doing stuff that people haven't seen before, man. The kid,
Ever.
He's a special dude. Hopefully he turns out to be what he could be, but he's a special dude, man.
Please, he just learning.
Right. Just learning how to play. He can't even walk up and down the floor yet, man. He's just learning.
Coaching. He's being just like Knox is just now being coaching.
That's
being
right.
Coached by professionals. He was in high school, 1 year in college in a system.
Yeah.
A system.
Yep.
College is a system, all system, only system. So now he's being taken out of his comfort zone, and he's still a baby. Just give him. When that boy's 22, 23 years old, right. He may be the steal of the draft.
Exactly. Romeo, man, I'm gonna head out, man.
Good night, y'all.
Appreciate you staying up with me.
Yeah, I got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
That's not true. I gotta take my son to school in the morning. All right, y'all.
All right, man. I'll catch you Sunday, man. All right.
Nothing but Knicks, number one. Peace, chat.
No.
One love.
Right, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I just want to end with this, man. Let the guys grow. That's it. That was the big argument between me and Mark. Really, I just want to let the young guys grow. I don't want to predict their future based off of 50 games. I don't want to predict their future based off of 2 seasons. You can't. You don't know what these guys are going to turn out to be. Let's give them 3 seasons and then start to really project their career out in that 4th season. Right? That's me. Whatever it is. Be on the lookout. We did a little prospect watch today, but I'm going to actually do a full video. It's going to be a little bit different than this. Prospect watch video on Zion Williamson. The next show, we're going to do RJ Barrett. All right, we're going to keep going down the line. Be on the lookout for, mock draft on my website that's going up now. It's going to be fan-driven, so you can vote for it. All right, and quick announcement just to let you know. Most likely tomorrow. And I'm probably going to do a quick video about it just so that you know. We're going to have a VIP membership on my website. It costs $3 a month. VIP membership, $3 a month. Right? And, what you get for that $3, of course, it helps to support Nothing But Knicks. But what you're going to get for that $3 a month is, for those who are members, there'll be a special live stream just for members. There's going to be a podcast. A podcast that's only for members. It's only $3 a month, y'all. It's only for members. And once we get up to 500 members that are VIP, once we get up to 500 VIP members, then we're going to do some special gatherings just for VIP members. So, and any kind of, every time we have events, tickets, if you're a VIP member, you're going to get first dibs at purchasing the tickets, discounts, those type of things. So be on the lookout for, to sign up. Be on the lookout, ladies and gentlemen. It should be ready and be out. I'll do a video about it and let it out there tomorrow. You'll get a link. So be ready for it. Be ready for it. And, of course, I have a bunch of special guests on that podcast. It'll be me, and it's going to be uncut. It's going to be uncut podcast. Right? Uncut. It's going to be pretty dope. All right, so make sure you get that VIP membership as soon as it comes out tomorrow. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'm about to call it. I would like to say I'm gonna call it the night, but I'm gonna call it the morning. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Throw me a thumbs up. Ring that notification bell. Get a notification anytime that I go live, drop a video, whatever that it is. All right, I'm out. Be peaceful. Have a great weekend. Expect a video or two over the weekend. And I'll catch you live on Sunday, man. Peace.